Beating you this time though, so you're gonna hear it.
Alright.
What is going on, guys? It is our Hammond Games here, and tonight we are live streaming some Fortnite. As you see, we always live stream Fortnite on Fridays, but tonight we're doing it with a special guest, my best friend, Luke. What is up, Luke?
Hey, man.
It's
How's it going?
even though we've been sitting here talking for like 20 minutes now, it's been a while.
Yeah. It has been a while, man.
But you know, all in good fun. I think this will be a fun little stream tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I'm playing this Battle Royale on Red Dead Redemption now, and I cannot find a gun. I have to die, I think.
I feel like if I would have played, if I would have given more of Call of Duty's Battle Royale a chance, I probably would like it, but I don't know. I'm just at the point where I'm so used to Fortnites that it's like I don't want to like stop doing Fortnites.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played the Call of Duty one.
You need to come over sometime and you can play Black Ops 4 and see if you like it.
Yeah, I will. Just been so busy because, you know, I bought that house and I've been working on it.
Yeah, speaking of which, I wanted to like actually talk to you about that. How's that going?
It's kind of going slow right now because I'm trying to juggle stuff like planning for the wedding and paying bills, trying to have enough money for the wedding and the bills, and then still working on the house.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But it's getting along. I just hooked up the washer and dryer today.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So,
I need to get furniture in there still.
So are you at your parents' house then right now, or are you?
Yeah, I'm still staying at my parents until I get the house done.
Got you, because I thought when you Snapchatted me the other day, I thought that looked like your room there, and I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
But honestly,
I'll
now that like
here
you've
until it's good.
gotcha. Well, at least hopefully by summer, like you said, you'll be moved in.
Yeah. What have you been up to, man?
Well, basically school and work. Well, just got back from vacation or whatever, but school's interesting because, you know, I'm still doing the motion pictures thing, and then I finally decided what I'm gonna do my minor in, which is photography now, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, have you?
Business? Was that what it was?
No, motion pictures.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
What I was gonna
Didn't you say
do,
you were thinking about changing majors?
yeah, and then what I was gonna do there for a while was motion pictures with a minor in business.
Yeah.
But I took a photography class because I have to take one photography class for my major, and I honestly really liked that class, and I really liked doing the photography for it, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just minor in this, because I mean it kind of goes hand in hand with the major, so.
Right.
Which I don't even know if you ended up seeing any of my pictures that I took for that class.
No, I don't think I did.
Because I made an Instagram account for it. I'll have to send you the link to it.
Yeah,
But my
I'll for sure
friend,
check that out.
yeah, my friend told me, she was like, I got this website that like you can get on and like sell your pictures on it. I'm like, cool, I could like start making money on it now.
Yeah.
Because isn't
My
that?
other friend does photography too.
I honestly love it. I went down to Cincinnati for most like my projects and stuff, and there's actually a lot that you could take a picture of down there.
Yeah, for sure. I love taking pictures of stuff.
I used my
doesn't?
my dad's like big DSLR camera for the class because we had to, and it was so fun. And then the second half of the class, we were in a dark room doing pictures, so that was fun.
Oh shoot, I about killed myself.
Felt like 13 Reasons Why.
That's terrible.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like the dark room.
Oh, that.
Come on, man.
Feeling myself.
Come on, man. Oh, that was funny.
Oh, I just won.
You won?
Yeah, I only
You
killed
played.
one person.
You played one game and you won.
Yeah.
Man, can I get that lucky? I've literally won 2 times in Fortnite, and that was not because of me. One time was because of you, and you got us a win. Back when you actually played Fortnite.
Yeah.
The second time was with friends on Xbox, and they took me to a win on that too. And I was like, well, what the heck? Am I ever going to get a solo win? Ironically enough, this stream is called Road to First Solo Victory, so that's fitting. That's very fitting, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, sweet. You earn money doing this for the actual online.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if Far Cry 5 had a battle royale mode, but I do know that they had like a create mode, like where you could go in and create your own Far Cry map. Which what I'm really excited about with that is seeing that.
I tried that actually.
Do you have Far Cry 5?
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, dude, I got it too. We could have been playing Far Cry 5 together this whole time.
Yeah, I haven't played it in forever though.
I haven't either. I got the freaking like gold edition of it, so I got like the steelbook for it and everything.
Yeah.
Which the steelbook is sweet. I could not pass it up. I was like, this game looks so good. I'm gonna get the steelbook. Never played a Far Cry game and invested like over $100 into it.
I did that with Call of Duty. Well, I played it before, but I got the steelbook for that one.
The thing that I like felt about Far Cry was it was worth it because if you bought the gold edition, you also got Far Cry 3 with it basically for free. So,
oh yeah, that would be nice.
yeah, so basically I got 2 Far Cry games. Granted, I'd never played Far Cry 3 yet, and plus you also got the season pass for Far Cry 5 too.
Yeah.
But granted, like I said, I didn't even touch any of that because right at the end of that was when I got in like the craze of Fortnite and then Black Ops 4, and it's like, oh, all these games.
Okay, so dude, I got a story for you.
All right, let's hear this story.
Okay, so I was at church like 3 weeks ago, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and I was telling this guy that goes to church with me that I wish I learned how to play bass because our bass player wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
and we needed another bass player, and I wish I could play something.
Oh, I mean, I do
So-
too, instrument-wise.
So that was actually I think it was a week before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so the week after Christmas, I come back to church, and this dude says, "Hey man, I got something for you. I want you to come over my house and grab it." This guy plays instruments, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He gave me this brand new Fender. Well, it's not Fender, but it's made by Fender. It's called a Squire. A bass and an amp.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
I was
crazy.
Like, what? You don't have to do that, dude. But he gave me that, so
Dude.
I've been learning how to play it.
That's awesome. How's it going?
I've started to learn. I kind of know how to play it.
You got any songs yet learned on it?
I can play like most of what's that song? I can't remember what it's called. I just know how it sounds. I think it's by Cage the Elephants.
Gotcha. I don't even know if I know any songs by then. Oh, that's I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, and that's like honestly, like if I ever got a bass, that'd be like the first song that I ever learned on it.
Yeah, that's what I learned. To play.
That's by I think that's by the White Stripes.
White Stripes, yeah.
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 That's a good
So I
song
learned
though.
how to play that. Most of it. I've not learned the whole thing yet. Are you drinking beer?
I am. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Funny story. We get back from Myrtle Beach, and we took a cooler down with us this year. So on the way back,
Yeah.
we put like all like the beer from the trip like back in the cooler so we could bring it home, right? Well, it's been sitting in the garage all week, and I was like, man. Well, me and my dad were both like, man, we got to get that in the fridge. So I was sitting here, and that picture that you saw with me, like with the pot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, how am I going to like bring it up and down the stairs? Because like I don't want to make like 25 trips or whatever. I'm like, let's grab this pot and throw it all in there.
Well, there you go. That's one way to do it.
Hey, the other people that I sent it to said it was ingenuity.
I mean, that's the best way to do it, I guess.
I mean, work smarter, not harder, right?
Yeah. Oh, I lost. Got second place this time.
I got a kill in my last game. Does that count for something?
Yeah, that's something. I got one shot on the guy.
So
He shot me in
is...
the head, I think.
I know that Fortnite's is third person, Call of Duty's is first person. What is Red Dead's? Is it first person or third person?
You can pick.
Can you really?
Between. Yeah.
That's nice.
I prefer third person, man.
Do you?
It's more, it just feels more like a movie or whatever.
I don't know.
I like the story part of it.
Maybe that's...
how realistic it is.
I think one of the things that got me really big into Fortnite is my first battle pass that I got. Like, I don't think there's ever been like a season in Fortnite that's done this since. But the season that I like first like actually like started, you know, putting money into it, there was like an actual like story to it, and like that mind blew me that like Fortnite had a story to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since then, like everybody's been like waiting for another season like that, and it's never came. So
What was it about?
the story,
Yeah.
it was about like this like whole everybody thought it was like superhero versus villains because like the way that it was themed, and then it ended up being that like the superheroes versus villains was more of a movie that was coming out. So like they were filming a movie, and then this actual like bad guy came, and like this other guy came called the Visitor or something like that, and then that's when in Fortnite, did I ever tell you that there was like live events like in Fortnite?
I think you mentioned it.
Because there was like a live event where there was like a rocket launch, and you could get like into a game at a certain time and actually see it happen.
Yeah.
And it was like a once in a lifetime thing. And then the next season after that, in season 6, well, season 5 they did something like very briefly, and then season 6 they like did a whole big event again. But yeah, it was like this story that started in season 4, and I guess they were saying like it linked from season 4 to season 6, and now like season 7 is supposed to start like something new or something like that. I don't know. It's weird.
Huh.
It's weird because
know they had it.
yeah, it was just like this big like chain reaction thing that happened pretty much, like kind of like a butterfly effect thing.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, because like I told you, the map has like changed like so much back from like when we used to play it. The like final event like for like that storyline was called the butterfly event, and like everybody thought what was gonna happen was it was gonna like take you into like this thing and like spit you back out into like the original Fortnite like back when we used to play.
Yeah.
I think that would have been sweet, but at the same time, I don't know if everybody would love it.
Right. Well, that would be cool stuff.
I think it would be. So, we gotta talk Steelers real quick.
Dude.
There is so much going on with the team right now.
Oh, I know. What do you want to start with?
I wanna start with getting your opinion on Antonio Brown.
I figured that's what you'd start with.
I mean, that's the biggest news, right?
Yeah.
So let's start
Well,
there.
I honestly don't even know the whole story behind it.
So basically, there's more to it than just this, but this is the thing that like struck everything up. Was he said he was injured at practice on like Wednesday or something before we played the Bengals
Yeah.
for the last week, and Mike Tomlin sent him to get an MRI, and he didn't go to the MRI, and he skipped practices and meetings and stuff like that with the team. And on Sunday, Mike Tomlin got a call from his agent that said like, "Oh, like he's ready to play or whatever." And then Mike Tomlin's like, "We don't do that like that here, you know, because that's not right." So
Yeah.
basically, that's in just what happened there. Plus, like at some point in the season, I don't know when, he actually got in like an argument with Ben in the locker room or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's jealous of Juju.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean Juju's a freaking beast, dude. I mean, like Ben even said it earlier this season. Juju is our most reliable receiver. So Antonio, obviously being Antonio, was mad about this, and apparently we later find out because do you remember? Hang on, I was trying to get a kill and I died. Do you remember Ryan Clark, who used to play for the Steelers?
Yeah.
Well, he is a ESPN analyst now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and there was like when this like story broke out, like they brought him on to talk about it, and he was like, "This is how AB has been like his whole career. He's more of like a me guy than a team guy." He said one of his first days at practice when AB like actually got like the starting job, like something happened, like he got hit at practice or something. He's like, "You don't want to hit me. I'm the franchise," or something like that.
Your mic's breaking up.
Oh, what did you hear out of that?
I heard about half of what you just said.
Okay, so I'll explain it again. So Ryan Clark said back when AB used to like back when he used to play for the Steelers and when AB like first got a starting job, AB like would get hit at practice or something like that and says, "You can't touch me. I'm the franchise," or something like that.
Oh, really?
Like basically saying like he's like the franchise of the Steelers or whatever.
Like he's better than everybody else, so don't hit him.
So he's always been like the guy that's worried about himself and not the team, which me and my dad both agree. You can't. I could too with him. Me and my dad both agree though. You can't go win a Super Bowl with people like that on your team. I mean, it's basically like almost kind of similar to the Le'Veon thing, but like Le'Veon wanted more money for it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's a team for a reason. You can't just not even a really good player can carry the team. You have to have teamwork.
Which
It ain't like basketball where you can have a LeBron James and just win.
yeah, the Cavs are terrible this year. We won't even go into that. So bad. So freaking bad. But me and my dad also talked about this too with the Steelers. Art Rooney the second or the third. I don't remember if he's the second or third. But you know, the owner of the team, he came out and actually talked about the whole Antonio thing, and he basically said like he would be surprised if Antonio's on the team next year.
I can kind of see that since they got Juju.
I told my dad, and I said this with the whole Le'Veon thing. I would rather had Connor over Le'Veon, which happened. I would rather have Juju over Antonio.
Yeah, I mean it's all about attitude, honestly.
And you can just tell by the way that Juju plays, and he's smiling out on the field. He just loves being out there, and he actually tweeted out on his Instagram, or he tweeted on his Twitter and on his Instagram. He was like, "I want to retire a Steeler" or something like that.
Yeah.
So like he basically wants to play for us his whole career. Like, so I'm like, I don't think Juju would ever put us through what like Le'Veon or like Antonio did. So
I don't know, but it doesn't seem like he would.
I don't know. Just the stuff with Antonio was like halfway surprising, but like at the other end of it, like you could see it happening. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he would do that. And then like you look back at a second, and you're like, well, maybe, yeah, I believe he would do that.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been full of himself.
Yeah. So, I mean that explains all like the attitudes on the sideline or whatever. So,
Yeah.
which ironically enough, I brought this up to my dad, and like I feel like this has something to do with it. I mean, do you know who his best friend is in the NFL?
I don't know.
His best friend in the NFL.
Harrison?
No. His
I know they were pretty close.
yeah, his best friend all time in the NFL is Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, I can see that.
And what does Odell Beckham Jr. do? He wigs out. So it's like perfect recipe, like that, like AB like kind of like followed in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if like that's got to do with anything, but also I think it's hilarious that it could have been any receiver in the NFL that replaced Antonio for the Pro Bowl, and the receiver that replaced him was Juju.
That just shows that we have a good receiver to fill in his spot.
That's just, it's mind-blowing to me because it comes down to votes at that point, who replaces him, and Antonio is not cleared to play in the Pro Bowl because he was on IR the last week of the season for basically faking an injury.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been any other receiver in the AFC, and it ended up being Juju. I don't know. I find that hilarious.
People think he's good. He is good.
Juju's amazing. So is Connor. Like honestly, like with the whole like drama with like Le'Veon this year, oh my gosh. Connor was a beast this year, and like they talked about over the offseason, like he did everything they asked him to do to get better. So, I mean, it showed on the field. I think he played a lot better this season.
He for sure did. I mean, I think he did a lot better than last year.
They showed the stats. He did better than Le'Veon last year.
Right.
He played better than Le'Veon did last season. So, I mean,
he's just gonna get better because he's still young.
That's what I'm saying. Think about that with Juju too. This was only Juju's second season. I mean, it's mind-blowing, like the talent that you see on our team. But what I think the more mind-blowing thing about it is you see the talent on our team, and then you see the season that we just had. And it's like, well, that's...
Well, it probably had to do with everybody was messed up because everybody was fighting.
I will say there was a ton of distractions this season, so hopefully we can get that fixed. And I think it'd be hilarious if next year we turned around and like won a Super Bowl, like and didn't have AB or Antonio or AB and Le'Veon on the team.
Mm-hmm.
After all that, it's just like, oh yeah, we don't need you guys.
I can still see us doing that.
Oh, I could too.
Even without having AB and Le'Veon, I can see us going to the playoffs at least and getting pretty far.
Well, like my dad said, we never won.
This year.
We should have, yeah.
I think it was all in our head.
It was. Well, what doesn't help was Boswell. And Boswell did terrible this season.
Yeah, that did mess us up in a few games. I mean, that lost some of the games.
I mean, you got to go back to even like week 1. We wouldn't have tied the Browns.
Oh, I know.
And here's the thing, like,
and it's crazy. Go ahead.
I hate to go back to like that first game and say like that was like the deciding factor of the season, but it kind of was. If we would have beat the Browns in that game, we wouldn't have even like been in talk with like the Ravens or anything. We would have won our division. and we would have been in because we would have had more division wins.
Right, we would have.
So
Yeah, that was the difference.
that and the refs too, because they had that god awful game with freaking LA. So that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Missing an
And it's
offsides
crazy
and a block in the back, but anyways, what were you gonna say?
It's crazy to look at last year. I think it was last year. He won the game for us last year. He kicked like 4 field goals. and
It
that
was
like, the
because
only miss of the game.
he got drug tested after the game.
Mhm.
They drug
And then
tested a
this year
kicker.
He misses that many kicks.
I think he was on a contract year last year, and I think what happened is we signed him to this big contract, and we gave him captain status on the team. So I think it might have just went to his head a little bit.
It might have, and he might have slacked on practicing as much as he was.
I do know that obviously he didn't play the last game of the season. We had a different kicker. I know that's because he was like legitimately injured, and I think they didn't say what game he got injured in, but I'm gonna guess it was the Raiders game where he slipped on the field.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that would kind of make sense that it was that game, but I couldn't see any other time during the season where he gets injured in a game, you know?
Mhm.
Either that or he's just using the injury as a cover-up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but like you said, he was so reliable last year, and then you got him this year, and it's like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what we're gonna do.
I honestly think it sounds like, because me and my dad watched the Tomlin held a press conference after the last game of the season to talk about like the whole AB thing, and it sounds like Boz is like, he kept calling Boswell Boz, so like obviously, you know, like there's like a strong bond there, you know.
Right.
So I don't think Boswell's gonna go anywhere. I think it's gonna come down to if he plays as bad as he did next season, he will be gone.
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna have to he'll be playing for his job next season.
I think that's what he needs to do anyway, because that makes you play better.
Yeah, definitely. So, shifting gears here a little bit, still talking about sports. What do you take of the Urban Meyer retiring thing?
I honestly didn't even know that he had that stuff going on.
I honestly had no idea either, but once the news came out about it and everything that happened at the beginning of the season, I was like, when he said that he was retiring, I was like, well, I could see that happening.
Right.
So it sucks that he's got that going on, but I like that he's taken his health more important than coaching.
Yeah, I mean, that is more important. He should
Granted,
be worrying about himself.
I hate that we were left out of the playoffs this year because I think we could have been dangerous if we got in, but also that's on us too for not, you know, proving that we're that good of a team.
Right.
But I mean, at least he got.
It's crazy how in college you have to be. I mean, it can come down to one win.
It's
You
literally.
can lose one game and not get in.
It's pretty much you got to go undefeated.
Yeah.
Like that's your only guarantee. I mean, not even that. You almost, because you got like UCF, like a really small school that went undefeated, but like they don't ever get in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that
So
kinda
it's
sucks.
it comes down to, okay, you have to go to a powerhouse school, like a powerhouse conference, like the SEC, the Big Ten, the Pac-12, or whatever, to make it in.
Yeah, you gotta have strength of schedule.
Yeah, which I mean, I agree, that makes sense too. But what me and people at work have talked about it. I think what they should do with the playoffs is expand it to 8 teams, because that way the 6 like powerhouse conferences will have their conference championship, like their conference championship winner in, which would make sense because a conference championship win's got to mean something.
Right.
So that would put those 6 powerhouse conference like winners in, and the last 2 spots would come down to whoever is the best after that.
Yeah, I mean that way you don't leave out teams that went undefeated. Like they can't help what their schedule was.
I mean, no joke. What I would honestly love to see is kind of like a like a 32 man or 32 team shootout, kind of like basketball, but they could never do that with football.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. I think it would be very interesting, but like I said, it would never happen.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that they do need to change the college football playoffs to more teams, and I think they should have the first year. After the first year was controversy with Ohio State getting in.
Right. I mean, it's different. There's more teams in the league, and you get more schools.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a break here a second, because I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go for it.
But I'll be back.
I'll just talk to my stream. What's up, stream? How y'all doing? So yeah, if you guys are following this, me and Luke, who's on stream with me, obviously, we've been friends since fourth grade, like this since fourth grade. So it's very exciting that we get to stream together right now. I'm excited about it, and hopefully we get to do this more in the future. Hopefully, hopefully we see more of him. I think that'd be fun. I think it's fun that we got you guys here with us. So. But yeah. Alright, I will be right back. I'm gonna take a quick restroom break. I'm gonna try to wait till Luke comes back though. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Hello? So, we are back. Speaking of which, did not even get to show this off. Shaker Cup of the night is the G Fuel whiteout shaker cup, or whiteboard shaker cup, with the R Hamming Games on it right there with the YouTube play button. Flavor of the night is fruit punch. Some good stuff right there. Flavor of the night is fruit punch. Some good stuff right there. Flavor of the night is fruit punch. So, I am debating switching games. And this is going to be very weird for me to say, but I'm debating on switching to Black Ops 4. But if I do, I have to take off my face cam. I completely forgot about that. That's a thing. I could do multiplayer. We could do that. Play some Black Ops 4 multiplayer. Or stay here. Either one. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Full focus mode. Okay. Let's make sure we... There's absolutely nothing. Man, I knew landing in Fatal was a fatal mistake. That's what that was. Alright. We may do a mixed stream. That'd actually be good practice, honestly, for something that's coming later on. We'll find out, though. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. We're gonna go over here. To the snow. To the snow. We got these snowy mountains. I mean, it's in the eye, so. I want to go. Where do I want to go? I mean, this is in the eye, too. I guarantee nobody's been over here. We're gonna go. We're gonna try it at least. Give it the good old college try. There's got to be nobody over there. I don't know what that glitch just was. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to get on and play sometime. Look at how different that map is. Look at how different it is. It's completely different. There's zip lines in the game now. In fact, since you're watching, I'm gonna go on a zip line. Look at this. Just look. Look at that. Look at that. There's also planes now too. That's the thing. There's balloons. There's scars. Oh wait, there were scars before. There were also shields before too. But yeah, there's planes. There's snow. Snow is a big thing this past season. There's a plane. I'm just gonna do balloons though. The balloons were a very random addition into the game, but I kind of like it. But yeah, it's like completely different. There's a desert area over there. The block is over there. My crosshairs are. It's just all themed differently, and there's a whole bunch of different characters now than when we played. But back when we played, we never really bought any characters, so. And the map is constantly changing too, like every week there's something new to the map. And that's one thing that keeps me playing Fortnite as much as I do. It's just how much it changes. I don't even see anybody right now. I'm gonna guarantee if there's people in Tilted, but my gosh. Where's Tilted? Tilted straight. Wait. Tilted's there. I was so confused. I don't see... Literally, I don't see anybody anywhere. I see building stuff over there, but like not like current building stuff. Oh, there's somebody. Oh yeah. That was stupid. Oh well. I got murdered. But I will show you this too while you're here. Let me show you how many Fortnite people I got now. Because we talked about this a long time ago as well. Just let me show you. While I wait on this to load. Okay. You're gonna laugh. Don't laugh. Look at all of these people. Look at this. There's so many. There's even Steelers people in here. It's crazy how many, like, people I have now. There's another Steelers. Like, look at this. I really wonder, like, how much money, like, has gone into that. There's also dances and stuff, you know, you gotta love the dances. This is one of my favorites. That one, and where's it at? There. I think that's hilarious. And then there's this one that I just got. We got Take the Elf. There's just so much stuff in this game now. There's like, there's weapon skins now. Like, it's crazy what they've done to this game. There's like a battle pass, like where you unlock stuff. There's music in the game now too. It's like this is like, you can go in and like change your loading like music. Like look, right here. This is what I got unlocked already. And it's based off of other like dances in the game. Some of them are. That's like from like the original like Fortnite Halloween. That's from the original like Christmas. And I remember this. This is like back when we used to play. And it's crazy. Then like the OG music like when we used to play. Then we got the floss, the squeaky clean. It's just so much stuff now. All these gliders. This was from us. I got this because of us. And our win. This is what's in the shop now, but that's beside the point. Okay. Enough of that. Enough of that. Let's go. There's also, I forgot to say this too. There's also a game mode where we could go in, if you re-downloaded Fortnite, where me and you just go in with each other and we could just kill each other for an hour. Like, literally, it's crazy how far this game has come. But it's also awesome at the same time to see how small of a game it was to see, like, what it is now. I think that's wild. I mean, freak, there's still some people that I haven't even unlocked yet. I forgot to even show you all the pickaxes that I have. I got a ton of those too. I mean, when we used to play, like, this balloon was here, this Santa Claus balloon was here. It's literally honestly wild how far this game has come. It's awesome though at the same time. dying is not fun. Alright. So, we're low on this real quick, so I'm gonna go grab another one of these. We'll be right back. Hello? Hello? Alright, stream. I'm back. I was trying to see if Luke was back, but I guess he's not yet. We'll see. So, I don't know how many people are going to watch this after the fact, but I want to go ahead and give a shout out to 2 people. Number 1, Luke, because he is on stream with me right now. His channel is, well, he's in the chat box, the Gadsden Guy 97. GADSDENGUY 97. So shout out to him, and shout out to the other person who is one of my best friends in the whole wide world. I gotta wait to get her channel though. I Snapchatted her and asked her what her channel is, but shout out to It's Just Jess. I know she's just now starting her YouTube channel, so shout out to her. I don't know how many people are going to be watching this stream after the fact, but I want to give a shout out to her, and hopefully it reaches somebody and somebody will subscribe. So shout out to you, Jess. Because starting a YouTube channel is one of the hardest things to do. So, I wish you the best of luck. Because it's an uphill battle. Love you too, Jess. You already know. If it's somebody that's like close to my heart, like I obviously have to give him a shout out. You, Luke, or like any like my other very rarely close people. I had a YouTube channel, I'd shout them out too. But I had to give you guys a shout out, you know. I'll have to give you guys a shout out like on an actual video. Because I don't know how many people watch my streams after the fact. My head itches. What up, Cuddle Team Leader? Cuddle Team Leader. It's been a while. Bop! Would have been dead. You dead. Let's land here. Not landed here in a while. the football glider with the NFL skins, which surprisingly have not returned, and this is a big deal for the NFL. Big time of year. We'll see if they come back during the Super Bowl or not. I feel like they have to. Nothing in there. Let's see how well this goes. This is probably about to go so bad. We're gonna try it though. That's good. That's really good. Oh man. Okay. Wait, get a sip of G Fuel. Look at this cup. It says Our Human Games on it. That's dope. Dang it. I got a couple shots on him though. Or her, I guess, but that back bling is dope. Oh, it's the burnt, that's why. Oh, snap. Forgot you could do that. Well, I'll have to do that sometime. I forgot that was even a thing. Go again. Let's check out how the G Fuel video did today. You guys are awesome. The G Fuel videos are by far my most popular videos, and that's why I decided to keep making them. So, shout out to you guys for not only reaching 100 subscribers earlier this week, just for being an awesome audience and being there, watching every video. The one video that gets me a ton of views, I'm doing this week, and it's not because of the views, it's just because I want to update you guys on what my top 5 G Fuel flavors are, so I think it's very important, so alright. Hint, hint. Maybe a top 5 shaker video too. This shaker cup may have inspired me to do a top 5 shaker cup video. Actually, not even hint, hint. It's coming out next week. I'll go ahead and tell you now. No spoil alerts, no anything. Top 5 shaker cups next week. Following that, top 5 G Fuel flavors next week. It's amazing. So many videos coming out. I'm pumped. Thank you so much. Like, honestly, like, I mean, you know firsthand how the struggle has been with me, so I'm about to die right away. But hey, isn't that the fun of it? You know, we'll just give it a little dance. Maybe he won't kill me. Who knows? Where's the one that I'm looking for? It's not favorite, I don't think. There we go. Hey. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What is up?
Dude. A lot.
Dude, okay, I gotta tell you this real quick. So,
Yeah.
mind-blowing thing, you obviously know how in Fortnite you jump out of plane, land, and you gotta find weapons, right?
Right.
I just had this moment where I jumped out of the plane, I landed, found no guns, and had somebody approach me to kill me because they had guns, right?
Yeah.
I started dancing, and they turned and ran the other way. They didn't even
be unfair.
They didn't even kill me, and then they came back. I still didn't have a gun. They saw me again. I did a dance, and they had the same dance as me, so they did it with me.
Oh, I apologize for coughing.
And I'm still in the same game. I ran away from them, and I'm doing good.
Dang. Well, you were spared.
I was spared. That is for sure. I was definitely spared.
How many
So
people are left now?
there are 51 people. Actually, I don't know if you fully remember this, but if you play solo in Fortnite, like, I feel like it's kind of easier to get a kill or not a kill, but a win, because it's like, it's so much less people. As I say that, I'm dying right now. Wait a minute. That was the guy that spared me.
Oh, was it?
He found me and killed me. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, like, I was so far away in the map.
He was probably following you the whole time.
I mean, he came from the air. It was like an air assault. I don't know, man.
That's crazy, man.
So, in Red Dead Redemption, because I know Call of Duty you do, how do you start the Battle Royale in Red Dead Redemption?
It starts out, it shows your character, and it has your name on there, and then it fades to black, and then it fades back in, and you're standing in a field with nothing but clothes. And then
Gotcha.
the match starts, and you just have to run and find a weapon and kill everybody.
Because I remember back when they talked about Blackout for Black Ops 4 Battle Royale, they talked about doing like an underground like system, like where you're underneath the map to begin with, and like
really?
it shoots you, like it goes black like how you're talking about, and like it shoots you up like through a tube like somewhere random on the map, but like you don't get to pick where you go, you know?
Right.
But it ended up being like you jump out of a helicopter. There's like 20 helicopters that fly over the map or something like that, and that's how everybody like enters the game. So it's honestly more like the Fortnite system than the system that you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't get to pick where you go on this one either, though.
Wow, there's a Kansas City fan in my lobby. I hope that they're happy right now.
They probably are.
Freaking Patrick Mahomes going off this season.
Dude. He's had a heck of a season.
He's crazy, bro. Me and my dad were like joking around like after like cuz okay. So when they played Pittsburgh like week 2, right? Like it was all like that's all they talked about was Patrick Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes. We were like, "Dang, they're going to tear down Arrowhead Stadium and build the Mahomes Dome."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "There's going to be a statue outside of Mahomes."
I bet they do. If he keeps doing good.
Dude, I think he's the real deal. We'll see though, because you remember Dak and Zeke had a really good year their first year, and you know I don't think they've had a great year after that. Zeke's still good, but Dak's not as good.
Yeah, Zeke's been playing pretty good.
Zeke's a freaking beast.
Yeah. I feel like some people get stuff in their head, like after they play a good season, they're like, oh, now I've got this big ego, and I'm not going to try as hard.
I feel like it's that, or it's like rookie year luck.
Or that.
And I'm gonna say this.
You know what I
and
wish?
What?
I wish that there was like a substantial difference in how much they got paid, whether they won or lost. Because
so you're saying like wins and losses like actually matter? Yeah. Because I know that the only bonus that you get is the bonus for winning the Super Bowl. So like there's only one team that can get that every year. You know what I mean? So it's like players could just be like, oh, whatever, like we're not going to do it. And I get what you're saying because I've said that all along with like college football versus NFL and stuff like that. But
yeah, like college football, you're playing as hard as you can because you're wanting to get into the NFL. And then once you're in the NFL, you're like, well, I'm going to get paid if I win or lose. So
that's one thing that I've always loved about college football. But I will say this, there are two things that I absolutely hate with both levels of football now that have just honestly gotten on my nerves so much, and that is the reffing is terrible. Yeah. The referees are just god awful. And then all the freaking commercial breaks in football are ridiculous.
Yeah, it is getting out of hand.
Like me and my dad, obviously, like you know, we watch hockey and stuff like that. And even I guess technically baseball too. Like you gotta think baseball takes commercial breaks when there's downtime in between innings, which makes sense. Or hockey takes like 2 commercial breaks throughout the period. Soccer,
yeah, it's crazy.
Soccer doesn't even take a commercial break. Soccer's commercial break is halftime. So like the way that I see it is like, why doesn't the NFL do that? Nobody cares about halftime. I don't care about what any other team is doing. I care about my team.
Yeah, they take breaks for commercials.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense. Like I would get it if they did it like during a timeout. Like a team calls a timeout, okay, we're gonna take a commercial break. Injury, okay, we're gonna take a commercial break. But they do it for like, they're literally like, all right, TV timeout.
Yeah, like if there's a break, take a commercial break. But other than that, you don't need to extend the game longer.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that I love about soccer, and I'm actually gonna try to get into soccer this season, into like MLS since Cincinnati got an MLS team. Yeah. One thing that I've really always liked about soccer is they don't take commercial breaks until halftime, and also if there's any injury or like a timeout called like during the game or something like that, they add that time on to like the end of the period or the end of the half. So like let's say like there's 10 minutes of downtime throughout the game, like you'll play like the whatever, like 60 minutes, 45 minutes of like the half, and then they'll add like 10 minutes on at the end of the half.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it is kind of cool how they play though. They only take like, I think it's only like 1 break.
That's why I've gotten like more into like basketball than I have in like all these other sports. It's just like I've always thought like, oh, baseball like sucks because of all the downtime. Then I'm like, well, football sucks because of the reffing and the freaking commercials. It didn't take
Yeah, I
me
do
until I
prefer
went
watching
to
basketball.
yeah. It didn't take me until I went to the Ohio State game this past season to really realize that. I don't even know what game that was. I think they played Tulane or something like that. And we were sitting there and I was like, this sucks. Because like every other like down, like I know you've seen it like when you watch football, and it probably happened even when we went to the Ohio State game, when like, oh, like here's the end of the quarter, commercial timeout. They come back, somebody scores a touchdown right away. Oh, another commercial timeout. And
Yeah.
it's like, why do you have so many?
Yeah, I mean, there's more commercial, it seems like, than there is game.
It's true. And one thing that I like, I understand that they need to do like it like a sponsorship or whatever. Like I'm not bagging that or anything. It's just do it in a different way than what you're doing it.
You know, I honestly, this could be a possibility. They might be doing that more now because they need, you know, the ratings went down after all that kneeling stuff, and they need
Yeah.
to still make the same amount of money, so
I
put
don't
more
know.
commercials in.
I've already told my dad, and you know this more for me. I've always gone out of my way to watch like a Steelers game or something. You know, it's always been my sport is football. But I honestly it's the refs and the downtime and stuff. I'm so tired of it that like I'm ready to like watch something else. Like I'm so excited about soccer this season because it's something new. Or like
Yeah.
I'm so excited, even though like the Rangers are not that good in hockey this year. Like I'm so excited to watch hockey. Or like the Cavs. Second, okay, no, I'm not even gonna say the Cavs. I've watched like maybe like 2 Cavs games this season. They're still my team, and I actually have like one of my best friends, like my one of my best like girls that are friends, is in my chat room right now for like watching the stream. She lives up in Cleveland, and she's a Cavs fan and a Browns fan and all that fun stuff. She's like a Cleveland everything.
Yeah.
But
Sucks.
but yeah, she knows just as well as I do. It's hard being a Cavs fan this season. I was gonna say earlier when we were talking about rookie seasons and like seeing if like the player's good after their rookie season. I bet you she's hoping Baker Mayfield is as good next season as he was this season.
Well, yeah. I'm cheering for him.
She just said, "Watch it, boy. We are Cavalanders. We are loyal." Or Clevelanders. Oh my gosh, we Clevelanders are loyal. That's what she just said.
Yeah. Dude, I'm cheering for Baker Mayfield. He's awesome.
What honestly, like, outside of I just killed myself in this game. I literally just jumped off a mountain and killed myself.
I'm about to play that again. I haven't been playing, I've just been talking.
But one thing that like I don't care about like the whole like him spiking like the flag in the middle of the Ohio State field anymore. Like that's whatever. I'm kind of happy that they had the season that they had, because I think it's gonna bring a better like spark to the AFC North, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gonna add another team in it. Like all 4 teams like could actually be like in contention to like make the playoffs or like an AFC wild card or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'll only make that division better. I mean, freak, I think it's hilarious that the Cleveland Browns finished better than the Bengals. And I would be completely fine.
Crazy.
I would be fine with the Bengals being last in the division every season.
Oh, I would too. I don't like the Bengals at all. The Browns, I never hated the Browns because they never win. I kind of feel bad for them, but
That's one thing that I will
they're
give
doing pretty good.
I feel like the 2 best fans in the NFL are Steeler fans and the Browns fans.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, no matter what, they're loyal.
I literally give it up to Browns fans because they had to live through such a hard time, like literally their entire life with losing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You
us
know
as
what? I hope
Steelers
they
fans.
start doing better.
I mean, I do. Honestly, if it was my way in our division, I would love it if we were first in the division, Browns were second, Ravens were third, and Bengals were last.
Yeah, I agree.
Just
I mean,
because I only dislike.
I
I
hate the
literally.
Ravens and the Bengals because we're in the same division and they always challenge us.
Literally the only reason why I can say that I dislike the Browns is just because they're in our division.
Right.
If they were outside of our division, I'd be like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. If they were outside of our division, I would hope that they would win the division. But, you know.
I don't know. I think it's. I thought it was awesome to see them do better this year. I think it's really funny that our season in the end rided on them winning or losing, and they lost. But
Yeah, I wish they would have won that game right there.
did you see that? That like Steeler fans like stayed in the stadium and like the players stayed in the stadium and they put the game on at Heinz Field.
Yeah, on the big, what do they call that?
The jumbotron.
Big screen. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was wild. I cannot imagine like how heartbroken the stadium was though.
On a similar note, I was on Instagram the other day, and I saw someone had put Mario Kart on one of those. Like when the stadium was closed, he was playing Mario Kart on the big screen.
Really? Oh, are you talking about Kansas City Stadium?
It might have been that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
see what
about.
the
It's
stadium was.
it was the Kansas City Royal Stadium, the baseball field.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like there was like a helicopter flying over the field on like some like news thing, and it said, "Well, somebody was playing Mario Kart at Kansas City Royals field."
Yeah, somebody's got some explaining to do.
Yeah. Jess just
That is
said,
so awesome, though. That would be so fun.
Jess, my friend up in Cleveland, she said, I partied with a Steelers fan that day, and they promptly hated us again. After they lost and not put us in the playoffs.
Oh, I mean, come on. They should have won that.
Honestly, I remember watching that game after our game, and I was like, no way, the Browns are actually going to do it. I was getting hype. I was almost as hype as Juju. Did you see when they put the camera on Juju, how freaking hype he was?
I just saw like a screenshot of it on Instagram.
Dude, I was
whole video.
I was so hype. And then they lost, and I was like, well, that was too good to be true.
I can't remember what I was doing that day, but I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Well, if you get into a soccer team, get into FC Cincinnati with me.
Alright.
And then we can go to games. It's the first time ever, me and my dad keep joking about it, it's the first time ever in our house that we have two people that don't like the same team. Like between me and him.
Oh, who does he like?
He likes the Columbus Crew, which have been around longer, and he's watched soccer a little bit longer than me. But I have not. I've watched one game of soccer, and that's when the Crew were in the finals, like for the MLS. So I thought, well, if I'm gonna like start watching soccer, it's better off to be in like a team's first season. Like Cincinnati's first season is next season in the MLS. So I was like, what perfect way to start? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm going into them.
I thought that Columbus Crew was like not gonna be a team anymore.
They were thinking about moving, but because they weren't going to get a new stadium or whatever, and the city of Columbus actually approved them to get a new stadium over the off season.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so they're going to rebuild their stadium and get them a new stadium.
Oh, that's good.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would kind of suck because they had all those fans and stuff.
Which I'll be honest, I'm not a Crew fan, but Columbus needs, I think, soccer-wise, and I know this sounds stupid. First of all, Columbus, I feel like any pro team is always going to be second to Ohio State in Columbus. Because
Right.
Columbus is Ohio State, you know what I mean? So, but Columbus needed to keep the crew there because I don't know if you know this, the crew was the very first MLS team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just died again. I suck. But yeah, they were the very first MLS team. So like, think about it. If you're a city that has the first MLS team and you lose them, that'd be like Cincinnati losing the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, that would be sucky.
So yeah. Did I
I'm
tell
glad
you?
they got a stadium.
Yeah. Did I tell you that I went to Pittsburgh?
I think I might have saw something about it.
Because we actually took a stadium tour of the field, like of Heinz Field and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
They took us like through like they were gonna go to the press box, but they didn't. But they took us like up to like the suites and like out to the seats and stuff like that, and then they took us down to like the locker room and we got to go stand on the field and stuff.
Really?
It was sweet. Have you ever seen any of the videos where like the team like walks out of the locker room and like they touch like the football that's on the wall?
No.
Because they have a football there that says like Men of Steel or something like that, like right outside of their locker room. And the way they took us on the tour is they took us through the locker room, they took us out the same door that they would walk out. We got to touch the football, and then we walked out like the same tunnel that they would walk out onto the field.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was sweet, and it was funny because during the tour, the girl was like, "So there's no nameplates on the lockers right now because number one, we don't know who's going to be on the team or not. Number two, people were like stealing like the nameplates or whatever for people's lockers." And she was
Really?
like, "But if you put your head in the locker and permanent marker up in the corner, you'll see a number." And like everybody knows, oh, that's like for jersey numbers, right?
Yeah.
The very first person's locker I looked into was Juju Smith-Schuster's locker. I was like, yes.
Did you take pictures there?
At the stadium?
Yeah.
I did, but it's on my other camera. I'll have to put them on my computer and like send them to myself, and then I can send some to you.
Yeah, I want to see that.
It was sick. It was so cool to see that. Me and you have not even talked since I've been to Nashville, have we?
No.
Oh my gosh. Have
No,
you
I saw the pictures of that too.
have you been to Nashville?
Yeah.
Nashville is
It's awesome. I love it there.
Nashville's
I
beautiful.
want to go there again.
Nashville's
I'm
beautiful.
21.
Dude, trust me. Take it from me who I mean, I didn't fully like that was basically like my birthday present from my parents was take me to Nashville, you know. Instead of having a party here, we went there. Dude, it's lit.
You know, I never even did anything for my birthday yet.
Really? I thought that weren't you gonna go to
I was
the
gonna-
what's that called? The Hoffer House? The Hoffer?
Opera House, yeah.
Hofra,
I
yeah.
was gonna go there. But we never ended up going.
Well, I know. Where did you just go? You went to Hawking Hills, didn't you?
Yeah, that was... We pretty much celebrated everybody's birthday there, though.
Because that's when you were celebrating like the engagement too and stuff, right?
Well, that's actually where we got engaged.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So then after that, it turned into kind of like a celebration of that at the same time as everything else.
Right.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah, I'm happy too.
I was honestly like scrolling on Instagram at my grandparents' house in Georgia, and I like very like briefly like looked over your mom's post on it because I follow your mom on Instagram now because you know it was very random. I was like suggestion to follow Angelica. I was like what?
Yeah.
So I like very briefly like looked over it and I like saw something. I don't know what caught my eye about it, but I went back and I was like, wait, Luke's engaged? What?
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody, hardly.
You didn't, and honestly, I mean, I feel like some people would tell people, but at the same time, I can understand why you didn't, because it's kind of like between like you and her, and like I'm sure she was like shocked about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she didn't know. She
Like,
didn't have any idea.
I'd be worried if I told anybody about it ahead of time. Like, any friends or anything, like they would tell her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I didn't think you would do that, but
No, I mean
I
I get
just didn't
that.
tell anybody.
Honestly, I understand why like I didn't know, just because like we've been like out of communication for a while, so
Yeah.
it'd be kind of random if one day you texted me and been like, "Oh, hey, I'm getting engaged." I'd be like, "Wait, what?" You know what I mean? I'd be like, "Whoa, what?" Like that's a big step from where we talked last time.
Yeah, last time we talked, I didn't even have a house.
I know. I saw that from your mom too on Instagram. I was like, "Oh, hey, look, Luke got his house." Well, last time
It's
we
kinda
talked,
nice having a house, though.
last time we talked, you talked about that you were saving up for one.
Yep. Finally got it. I think that was. I'm trying to remember what month that was. November, maybe?
Well, I was happy for you when I saw about the house too, because I was like, I know that's something that he's been saving up for a while.
Yeah.
I remember back like 2000. What year did we go to the Ohio State game? Oh, we went to one this past like 2 years ago when they played Army, and I think it was that one that I'm talking about where I texted you and you're like, hey, or I was like, hey, you want to go? And you're like, well, I gotta save money, so.
Right.
And I was like,
Well, I
no, the
finally
tickets
got
are paid
saved.
for. That's good, man. I'm happy for you. You took a different path to life than I did, but it looks like it's working out for you.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
That's good, man. That's really good. Side note, I'll be right back because I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay.
Feel free to talk to my stream and my viewers while I'm gone for me.
Okay.
You can talk about how we met each other, like our life together, tell a funny story about us or something.
Alright, I will.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll talk about how we met then. So, I believe it was 4th grade maybe, and I was going to Northmont, or I guess it wasn't Northmont because I was in elementary school, so it was Union Elementary. And anyway, I moved to Brookville, and Ryan and I met at class, I believe. And he was the first person I ever became friends with in Brookville. And pretty much was my closest friend for the rest of that time. And, sorry, getting shot at here. Anyway, um, we've been best friends ever since then, and I doubt that'll ever change. We're gonna have my wedding soon, and hopefully I haven't asked him yet, but hopefully he'll be in my wedding.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
I just finished saying how we met.
Dude, I literally remember that day like it was yesterday.
I know.
I mean, let's be real. One of the best days of my life right there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the day that I found my long lost brother.
I probably wouldn't even had any other friends there like that if it wasn't for you.
I know you can't see the stream right now, but my friend Jess just said she is very happy for you.
Thank you, Jess.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
did
happy
I?
for me too.
I told you the news, didn't I? Because I remember I asked you if you wanted to like go with me, and that was like the 21 Pilots concert, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I ended up buying tickets for it, right? And me and like somebody was going, which I understand why you couldn't go, because like you're buying a house, you're getting engaged, whatever. Like you need to save money for that, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm super excited because I ended up getting floor seats to 21 Pilots.
That is awesome.
Dude, like, I was mind blown when it happened because I tried to sign up for early access tickets, right?
Mhm.
And they sold out. Like, I didn't get it, and I knew no matter what I did, like, the show was going to be sold out, so I wasn't going to be able to get tickets, right? Or I wasn't even going to try if I didn't get the early access tickets. I was like, whatever, like, it is what it is. Like, it just wasn't meant to be, right?
Mhm.
Well, the day that the early access tickets went on sale, I get an email when I'm in class that said, hey, we added an extra show to the tour, and you get early access to the show, or to the tickets.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like, what? So then I went on like Ticketmaster and like I kept updating it to see like what seats like I could get like to get the best seats, and then all of a sudden it said floor and I didn't even think twice. I was just like, okay, bye. I was like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I gotta do it.
Yeah, for sure.
And dude, like, do you remember we spent like what, like 125, 130 on our like Fall Out Boy floor seats?
Yeah.
These were $80.
What?
Because they were like, do you remember when I told you when our like Fall Out Boy tickets printed off like at the arena? Like I told you that originally they were $80, and like because of resale they spiked them up. Yeah, I got them like fresh off like the beginning of the sale.
Right.
So I was like, oh
That's
my
awesome.
gosh, yes. The thing that sucks though is I want to go see a country singer that's out right now that I really want to go see is Luke Combs.
Oh yeah, I like him.
And like his tour, he's finally going like solo on his tours. Like this is his first solo tour that he's doing, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's going to Columbus, and I was like, man, I want to go so bad. The tickets sold out like almost as fast as a 21 Pilots concert, and
Hey.
the resale tickets for him for nosebleed is like $300.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I'll try next time.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta ask you something.
All right.
So my wedding is gonna be on June 29th.
Okay.
It's gonna be at my church, and I was wondering if you would be one of the groomsmen.
Well, of course I will. When is it? You said June 29th?
Yeah. We're gonna send invitations out, but I just wanted to ask you, like, in person.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That actually works perfect. I was like, I knew the only thing that I had going on in June was the 21 Pilots concert, and the concert's on the 30th, so that's perfect.
Oh yeah, sweet.
So
That
yeah,
works out
definitely.
Awesome.
I know, you get the thrill of doing that is like finding like all your groomsmen and stuff now.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna have a big wedding.
Well, that's always good too. But whenever I think of weddings now, didn't I show you the movie Wedding Ringer with Kevin Hart? Where like
I'm not sure if I watched it.
where they hire him, like where people hire him to be like their best man.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah, that's literally when I think of wedding. That's all I can think about. That and Hangover.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't end up like that.
Well, just don't go to Vegas and you'll be good.
Yeah, I'm not planning on it.
And don't invite a guy named Alan.
My brother's gonna be the best man, so he's the one that's gonna have to do the party, whatever you call it.
The bachelor party.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Right?
Oh, definitely. As long as you invite me.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be.
Definitely, because it's going to be the reverse too whenever I end up getting married. which you got Mr. What?
What's that?
You were breaking in and out really bad. What'd you say?
Oh, that party's gonna be.
Gotcha. watching.
I gotta tinkle. I'll be back.
Alright, that's exactly what I just had to do. Guys, this is why you don't have any alcohol while you're playing games. Because you have to stop every 5 seconds and go to the bathroom. Jess, are you still here? Oh, I can't get that. Jess, you are still here. What is going on? You're welcome. What? Please enlighten me. What else you would be doing right now?
Hello.
Hello, good sir.
I'm back.
I'm glad. That was a long time.
Was it?
No, not really. Oh man, it's crazy to think that we met in 4th grade and like you're already to the point where you're getting married. I'm going into like my second half of junior year in college. Like time flies, bro.
I know.
I still remember the day that me and you went and picked up Call of Duty Black Ops together.
Yeah.
On accident.
I can't even. I never would have imagined I would have been doing all this at 21 years old.
Who would have thought,
Never even
like,
thought
when you
about it.
turned 21, your life would change so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally,
Yeah.
like, you turned 21, you got to, like, that adult age, and, like, you did all the adult things. Bought a house, got engaged, like...
I know. I mean, that wasn't on purpose. That's just how it worked out.
I mean, I guess that was just, you know, the path that, you know, God chose for you, you know?
Yep.
And I'm honestly, I keep telling you this, I'm very happy for you.
Well, just keep praying that it all goes good, because
I mean, I hope it does.
Struggle sometimes.
I mean,
that.
honestly, anything in life is a struggle, you know? It's just about getting through it. Which, I mean,
Yeah.
I know
We'll do it.
me and you in both of our lives, me and you have already gone through struggle. You know what I mean?
Yep. For sure, man.
We both, honestly, we both can get through anything, you know?
I agree.
So, I mean, we got each other, right?
Mm-hmm. I appreciate it, man.
You don't need to like thank me or anything for it. That's what best friends are, right?
Yep, for sure.
So I gotta ask you, because I know you watch the stream at this point, and I know we haven't talked about it, but what do you think about the new Fortnite?
Dude, that's like totally different. Not even. Don't even look like the same game, honestly.
Doesn't even look like the same map. When I like pulled up the map, did it? I mean, the fact that there's like zip lines, there's snow, they update the map like literally every week. Like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like way different how you play now, too.
It's you'd be
considering all the stuff
surprised.
they added.
It's mostly the same, just new weapons, kind of.
Yeah.
Building has become a huge part of the game now. Like, do you remember how like it was very like hard to build originally?
Right.
Like it's honestly like a necessity almost in the game now, and I'm not even good at it at all. But like it really is though, and like I told you, like I said in my stream, it's amazing to see how far like a free game has come. Like a very small company competing with like I just killed myself again. Competing with like these big name companies like Activision with Call of Duty and like with exactly Red Dead Redemption this year, and to still see like the amount of people that are still playing it, you know?
Yeah. I saw somewhere where I don't know if it was a joke or not, but it said that Fortnite was voted the #1 game of the year.
It actually it was it won what year for you got to think about all the games throughout the year like that have like multiplayer capability, right?
Hmm.
Like Red Dead, Far Cry, Call of Duty, like all these big name games that we would think of, right?
Right.
Fortnite won in best game of the year for multiplayer.
That's crazy.
A free game, like
I can see the multiplayer.
I mean
Yeah.
that's honestly all. Like let's be real, like probably less than half of the people that play Battle Royale actually went out and bought like the Save the World version of it, which is like the story mode version, you know?
Yeah, probably.
Because I'm gonna guess like probably half the players of Fortnite don't spend money on Fortnite.
No, probably not.
Which is gonna lead me into my next thing that I
I was
ask you. What?
I was watching the TV the other day,
Mm-hmm.
or it was like 2 days ago in the morning, and it was like a news station, and they were talking about like how these games have, you know how like you get the box where you get a random prize from it.
Yeah.
They were talking about how kids were doing that, and it was leading to gambling addiction. I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
come on.
I gotta ask you,
So,
speaking of like spending money in this game, did you see all the characters that I have in this game?
that is insane.
I have a problem.
Maybe.
I mean, like, it's like whatever's cool in the shop, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll buy that, not even thinking, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then now I look back on it and I'm like, well, this is a virtual game, it means nothing, like, why am I still spending money on it?
It's a good way to spend your time, I guess.
Yeah, without getting a victory. Fortnite's on season 7, which they update it like every like 3 months or whatever. Maybe less than that. Maybe that's 2.5 months, right?
Right.
My last win in Fortnite, like I told you, I've never gotten a solo win, but my last win with the Xbox friends was in season 4.
That's insane.
We were in season 7. Like, what is that?
Guess what? Tonight's gonna be the night you get in.
I can promise you that it's not. I cannot play this game worth a crap when I'm buzzed.
I'm the same. I'm not even hardly playing right now.
I
Just
literally,
mostly talking.
I will stop, like, whenever I die, like, I will stop in the lobby and talk for, like, 10 minutes while I sit in the lobby, and then I'll be like, oh, hey, let's play another game.
I'm seriously, what I've got done so far is like 3 rounds of they call it gun, I can't remember what it's called, gun something. And I got 3 rounds of that done, and then I've rode through town on a horse, and that's about it.
Well, I just killed myself for the 3rd time in this stream.
I've literally been sitting on the pause screen for probably the majority of this time. And someone just griefed me. I hate that. That's the worst thing in the world. I mean,
Is
I'm
that
just riding on my... I'm just riding on my horse and somebody just shoots you in the head.
Is that a Yangling?
Yeah, it is.
How is that? I don't think I've ever had Yangling yet.
It's the first. It's the OG of America. It's really good, actually. I like it a lot. I just
Do you
had
know
a High Life a second ago.
my dad absolutely hates that beer.
Miller?
Like he can't stand it. Like I guess he like threw up once on it, and like you know once you throw up on something you just can't have it.
Yeah, I do know that.
That's like me with Reds. Like that party that me and you went to at I forget her name, Peyton.
Mhm.
I've not had Reds since that party.
Yeah, I have not had vodka since that party.
Dude, you were screwed up you were screwed up by the time I got to that party.
Oh, I know.
You were down and out.
I'm not proud of that.
You kept texting me, "Hey Ryan, come over." Within 10 minutes of me being there, you're down and out, and I got to take care of you. And I'm like, "Oh no, I don't know any of these people."
Well, I had to do that because I didn't know anybody there except for Peyton. And
Do you know
I
what's?
felt shy.
I think it's really funny that the one girl, there was one girl at the party that like went to school with my cousin when my cousin used to live in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
And like they were actual like best friends and stuff, and I was like, "Whoa, what?" I didn't realize that until like 3 days after. I was like, "Wait, excuse me?"
Yeah. That was a good night. I mean, what I remember of it was good.
Honestly, I feel like for me, it couldn't have fallen. Honestly, it could have gone either way. It couldn't have fallen more perfect, but more worse, because it was the night after me and my girlfriend at the time broke up. But the next morning, at 7 o'clock in the morning, I had a meeting at work.
Yeah.
So, I remember you were by far out by this point. I remember us sitting on like the front porch of like that apartment complex, and we're sitting there and we're like, well, let's stop drinking. And I remember looking at my watch and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, great, might as well not even go to sleep because I'm going to wake up in the next half an hour anyways to make sure I'm up. So I literally, for that hour, whoever like got up in like that little living room where we were all laying in, whoever got up to go to the bathroom, I'd help him to the bathroom. And I don't even know if you remember this, I helped you to the bathroom once.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that.
I remember I helped you, like, even when you were throwing up and stuff. I was like, dude, I don't want you to die.
I think I filled up the trash can. I feel like it.
What?
I'm serious.
Did you just say you felt up a trash can?
Filled up.
Oh, you did fill up a I thought you said you felt up a trash can. I was like, what?
Oh.
You did. Okay, I remember because the last thing that you did when you were up with me at that party was play a tiny bit of Kings.
Right, I remember that.
And I was trying to teach you it, and you were paying zero attention. Your attention was gone by then. So I was like, oh dang. And I remember we were sitting there playing it, and you passed out over in the corner. And as we were sitting there, somebody was like, Ryan, you keeping an eye on Luke? I'm like, yeah, I got him, whatever. Well then, like, all of a sudden, like, you started, like, gagging like you were about to throw up, and, like, you were, like, laying on your back, and I was like, get a trash can!
Okay, guys, if you're on the stream, I'm not that crazy for real. That was, like, one time that I was like that.
Dude, you missed so much because after you passed out, like, Peyton broke out like a beer bong and stuff.
I think she must have given me something on that. I remember that. I think that was before you got there.
It probably was because she broke it out again, and we were all like doing whatever punch she made, like with the vodka or whatever. Like we were all like drinking it through there.
Yeah.
Somebody spilt something. Like it was great.
That's probably the reason why I was so bad.
What was that, vodka?
You're not really supposed to do hard liquor on that.
Yeah. That's probably why I got so screwed up in Nashville. I've never been so drunk in my life than what I was in Nashville. I'm not even kidding.
In that party.
Literally, Nashville was the worst. So Nashville, the whole day was a drinking fest. Once we got there,
Yeah.
we checked into the hotel. I gotta stop playing so I can actually tell you the story straight, because you've never actually heard any stories from it yet.
Okay.
So we got to Nashville. We checked in at the Opryland Hotel, and
Oh, is that where you stayed?
yeah, at the like big like Opryland Hotel there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we dropped off our stuff at the hotel, and they like took our bags or whatever, and we got on a bus to go to downtown Nashville at whatever. I think it was like 10, 11 o'clock or something like that. We're already going downtown, right? So we get to downtown, and our first stop, I was gonna do a drink on the first stop, but we didn't go to a bar. Actually, funny story, going into downtown, on our bus ride there, the bus driver, we were passing by the Titans stadium, because you know like how that's like right downtown Nashville.
Yeah.
We were passing by the Titans stadium. Yeah. And he was like, we're passing by. If you look out to the right, you can see our stadium of our semi-professional Tennessee Titans football team. Because they suck so bad.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Dude, it was so funny. He was like, there was an Eric Church concert, and that stadium was full of 40,000 screaming fans. Tennessee Titans played there last Sunday. There was nothing but 40,000 silent fans in that stadium.
Oh my gosh.
So we got to
I
Nashville.
remember, like, when you're on Main Street, like,
Mhm.
if you go to the end of Main Street, you can see the stadium across the road.
Mhm. So we got there. We went to a boot store. Me and my dad tried on boots. We got our boots. And then we went up to Tootsie's, was the first bar we went to.
Yeah.
And that's when I obviously started drinking. I remember, like, we obviously bar hopped. I think we went to like 8 bars or something like that. But
Yeah.
we went to one bar, and my parents actually left me in that bar by myself because they went next door to buy a cowboy hat for my dad. So I was sitting at this bar by myself just drinking. They finally came back. That was the bar that screwed me up the most, because eventually at some point in between us being at that bar, we went over to Kid Rock's bar, and I don't ever remember even walking over there. I don't remember it. I remember sitting in the bar stool there. I remember drinking there. I remember yelling at my dad because he climbed out the window of the bar and started smoking a cigar outside. But because they had those windows like that you could push out like for when it's hot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was standing outside. I remember all that, but I don't remember walking to that bar. And then we ended the night at Blake Shelton's bar, Old Red.
Yeah.
And for me, it felt like we were only there for like 5 minutes, but apparently we were there longer than that. We finished drinking. I only had a beer there. We got done. We got on the bus. We went back to the hotel.
Right.
We got into the room. I saw the bed, and I face planted in the bed. I like full on belly flop in the bed, right? And we had not like eaten dinner at this time or anything, so my parents were like, let's order room service to the hotel, obviously, or to the room. So room service comes. Apparently, like, my shirt's like all the way up, like my stomach's out, whatever. and they drop off this pizza, and I start eating it, and I was like, this is gross. I'm not eating it. So then my parents are like, okay, well, do you think a grilled cheese would be good? I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Keep in mind, like, I'd not opened my eyes, like, for any of this. Like, my eyes are closed when I'm doing this. And so they order this food. Like, an hour later, the same guy that was up in our room to deliver the pizza delivers the grilled cheese, right? My stomach's still out and everything. So he drops it off, and I only ate, like, probably, like, half of it. But, like, I remember the funny thing was, like, I was laying on my side and, like, I had my eyes closed, but I remember, like, reaching over and, like, grabbing the food and bringing it to my mouth. But, dude, I'm not kidding. The next day, There's only been 2 times in my life I've ever experienced a hangover, and that was one of them, and it was literally the worst hangover I've ever had.
You gotta drink Gatorade.
Well, now I don't know. Do you see any of my YouTube videos that I upload anymore?
I've seen a couple of them. I don't usually get on YouTube that much unless I'm looking up like reviews on stuff.
So do you know anything about the energy drink that I drink now?
Yeah, I have seen about that G Fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like one of your videos with the most views was G Fuel.
It is. It was my my two most viewed videos on my channel is both of my G Fuel top 5 videos.
Yeah.
Where I rank like my top 5 favorite flavors or whatever.
Right.
So I started doing, because people kept asking for it, I started doing more G Fuel videos. But G Fuel came out with their own version of Gatorade, and like G Fuel, like energy is really healthy for you other than the caffeine. Like it's only like 25 calories, 0 fat, like 5 carbs, and it has no sugar in it, right?
Right.
So that's not bad for you to put in your body. It's just the caffeine that gives you energy, right?
Right.
So they turned around and came out with a hydration formula that's supposed to be like G Fuel, and it's 0 everything. Like no sugar,
Oh, really?
no calories, no carbs, no anything.
That's crazy.
So I've been drinking that now, and I didn't have that on the trip, but when we went to Myrtle Beach, and I drank every day in Myrtle Beach, that's what I went to bed with, and since I've had that, I got no hangovers.
That's good.
I feel like everybody's got like their own like hangover remedy, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like everybody, but
They send you stuff?
G Fuel? No, I hope I eventually get to that point. I think they should, because it's literally all my channel now.
Yeah, man. They should be sending you stuff. Like, come on, you got at least 100 people looking at it.
I've gotten people that have watched my video and then turned around and bought G Fuel because of my video.
Yeah, they definitely should be sending you stuff for that.
Or
You're
like,
selling it.
I am, man. Like, I'll like recommend, or like I'll do like a G Fuel top 5 or something. And then I had somebody, they do buy one get one free deals all the time, or buy one get one 50 deals all the time on G Fuel.
Yeah.
On like the tubs or whatever. And I had somebody comment on my video, like said, oh hey, during the buy one get one I bought like your 2 top 5 flavors or something like that. And I was like, dude, like,
Oh, really?
G Fuel, hit me up. Like seriously.
Well, they should be doing something.
You're only like supposed to drink like 3 servings of it a day. So for that stream that I told you I'm gonna do, I haven't really told my channel yet. That's why I'm keeping it on the DL. So on the stream that I said I'm gonna do, I like divided like how many like servings you could have by how many hours the stream is gonna be, and I'm like, okay, well I can have a serving every so like X amount of hours. Cause I'm like, you know that stream is gonna have to be like nothing but like energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So
I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom again, man. I
Bro.
broke the seal.
you did. How many beers have you had?
Only on like 2.5.
I've had 2 beers, 2 shots of Fireball because I finished the bottle. I had a shot of Honey Jack, and this is my second Jack and Coke.
I might have one of those like little bottles of wine.
Like the little like mini bottles that you'd have on like the plane?
Yeah.
I got like 2 tiny ones of Jim Beam like that. I tried Jim Beam in Myrtle Beach and I didn't really like it.
Oh, dude, it's good.
Okay, no joke, me and my dad laugh about
Fireball's
this.
the best.
Fireball is so good. I love Fireball. I actually had a drink with Fireball. Like, I think Fireball is like a really hard drink to like, or alcohol to mix with something, right? Just
Yeah,
because it's like
guess it
cinnamon
depends.
whiskey. Like, it's so hard to mix with. So, I had a drink mixed with it in Nashville called a Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh,
It was Fireball mixed with rum chata, and it no joke tasted like Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal.
that's awesome.
It was so good.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll talk
It'll be
more when
quick.
you get back. Jess, you're right. I was screwed up in Tennessee. You were. I was. You're right. But honestly, that was the point of it, right? But yeah, it's awesome to have Luke on a stream with me. Hope we can do it again. Hope you guys are having fun watching. I know that like it's kind of hard like for me to play games right now, but it's fun. How much are we almost gone here? I have like a half serving left.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'm back.
I'm glad you are back. I missed you.
So, here it is. We got the Barefoot Moscato, California.
Do you know that's one thing since I've turned 21 that I've not tried yet?
Really?
Is wine. Yeah.
Dude, it's
Tried.
good.
I've tried bourbon. I've tried whiskey. I've tried vodka. Beer, obviously.
You have to try the wine.
Dude, just go to Olive Garden. You can do a wine tasting there.
Yeah. I'll go
So,
with you.
serious question.
Mm-hmm.
I have hit empty on my G Fuel.
Really?
Like I just drank the last drop. I'm gonna mix another flavor. But I want you to do the honor of picking the flavor for me.
Alright.
So,
What's my choices?
since I have like 12 tubs of it, I'm gonna narrow it down to like 4 for you. So, you can pick. I'm not gonna give you like any detail other than the name of it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because some of them are not even named what the flavor is.
Okay.
So, you can pick cotton candy.
Alright.
You can pick sour blue chug rug. What are some of the other ones I don't want to say? Black on blackberry. Or,
Okay. Can I infer what that is?
what's the other one that I want to say? I don't know. Or blue ice.
Let's go with the second one you named.
Blue chug rug?
Yeah.
Sour blue chug
Sounds
rug?
like something that would go with the theme of the night.
Why? Because of chugging?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll send you a picture on Snapchat of what you picked, alright?
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to entertain my audience while I'm gone. The ball is in your court. I can't talk. The ball is in your court. You got the floor. You got the mic. You got this.
I'm nervous.
You got this. Don't worry. Just tell a story about us, about anything. Just go for it. I'm
gonna bore the audience.
You're not gonna bore the audience. It's not gonna be that long. I'm grabbing a beer and I'm mixing another G Fuel.
Alright.
So, alright, you ready?
Alright.
Do you have a speech prepared for the audience?
I don't.
You're just gonna make something up on the
idea what
spot?
I'm gonna say. I have no idea what I'm gonna say.
Talk about how we went to Myrtle Beach or something.
Alright.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, I know what I can talk about. So, Ryan and I used to be friends for a while now. I mean, back when we were in high school. No, not high school, my bad. Back when we were in middle school. I used to go to his house all the time and spend the night. So, we would just stay up all night and play like SingStar. That was our crap back then. And we would play all kinds of video games, NASCAR, Call of Duty, whatever. But every once in a while we would, it's funny, we would go down, he has a basement and it's like right off the living room. So we would go down there and like pretend like we're filming, you know how they have those ghost shows where they like go into old abandoned buildings and try to find ghosts in there. Well, Ryan and I would used to go down into his basement and do like a little film like that. Like we would pretend like we're finding ghosts down there. It was funny. I thought that was something funny that I could tell you guys because I have no idea what else to talk about. And you probably will have like a moment of silence here because I'm gonna not know what to say. But anyway, this is Ryan's channel, so he's been doing YouTube for a while now, and it's pretty awesome that he finally got 100 subscribers. I mean, I'm proud of him for that, because that's not something easy to do. I mean, especially with there's so many people on YouTube to watch. But it's funny looking at the first videos that we used to do when we were kids. I remember one of the first ones we used to do was he used to have this NASCAR game and we used to film ourselves doing that. We do like Black Ops and all kinds of games. And man, I used to be on a lot more of his videos back then, but I've gotten busy lately. But he's getting more and more popular, and it's awesome to see. Hopefully one day he can have enough people on here to make a pretty good amount of living. That'd be awesome. I mean, that's any YouTuber's dream, is to be able to do something like that. By the way, guys, I'm gonna hopefully start here soon doing a vlog with my girlfriend, or my fiance now. We just got engaged in December. It'll probably be, it's gonna be more towards her side of the stuff because she likes to do like cooking and stuff, and we'll probably vlog about that kind of stuff. Do maybe like recipe videos, and then I'll probably have my own channel about stuff like that I enjoy to do, and we'll see like how that goes. But first I gotta get a camera and stuff, because the camera I have right now is not the best for doing that kind of stuff. It's a GoPro.
I'm back.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello. Did you check your
struggling there.
Did you check your Snapchat?
Oh, I'm about to right now.
Okay, while you're about to do it, I got some ASMR for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you listening? Listen closely, okay?
Alright. Okay, blue chug.
Alright, you ready? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that wonderful goodness?
It sounded like you were crunching on a chip or something.
That didn't sound like a beer can opening?
Oh, maybe it was. What are you having?
Just a Bud Light.
The classic.
The classic. I mean, you gotta learn to like it, right?
I don't drink it.
Oh, okay, well.
I don't like it, honestly. I'll be honest with you. I think honestly my favorite is wine.
My favorite drink to drink is a Jack and Coke.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my favorite used to be gin and tonic with some lime on it.
Do you remember when we went to Maddie's party and you were like, "Give me some gin and tonic"?
Yeah, I remember that.
So, let's talk about the selection that you picked. Actually, I'm going to send you another picture real quick. Look at this cool shaker cup that G Fuel made me. G Fuel made me this cup, okay? Like, I emailed him and asked him, I was like, hey, if you're not going to send me G Fuel, can you at least make me this cup?
Oh yeah, I seen that the other day. Did you put that on your story the other day?
Yeah, it's, they didn't make it for me, obviously. This is, the cup is a whiteboard cup, so basically that writing will rinse off, like with water.
Oh really?
So you can put whatever you want on it.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
It is. So the flavor that you picked, let's talk about the flavor that you picked.
What exactly is that flavor?
So this flavor is a blue raspberry candy with a like sour like hint to it.
Really?
So it is really good.
Well then I made a good choice.
Yeah, good call. Are you talking about when I posted that on my gaming Instagram?
That might have been what it was. I saw it the other day.
So did you see, have you seen all the G Fuel like tubs that I have?
I've not seen all of them, but I've seen
Okay.
quite a bit.
Hang on. So keep in mind, you need to add one more tub to this, okay?
Okay.
You have to add blue ice, or not blue ice, you have to add fruit punch to this.
Okay.
I know it doesn't matter, but just think you gotta add one more to that. Okay, I just sent it to you.
Okay. You got a stack there, man. I think when I was at your house that one time, you showed me all the ones you had.
Dude, they're so good. They're so good.
I feel like you had more the other day when I was over there.
There's no way. I've not even finished my first tub yet that I bought back in April.
So really?
Yeah. I'm close though, but good news is I've already bought a replacement of that one, and I've bought a replacement of cotton candy because those two are just so good.
Speaking of flavors, you been on vape lately?
On the vape game,
Vape game?
it's like on and off for me because I use I got a new like really small one just so I could use like portability wise and like on the trip and stuff like that I went on. But I honestly, the past couple days, I've honestly not done it at all. But what were you talking about flavor wise?
Well, that just reminded me.
Oh, do you remember before I left on the trip? Do you remember last year when we went to the garage and they had that one that was like a candy cane cookie?
Yeah, I think I did.
I actually bought that this year.
What do you think about it?
It's so good.
Did you try it with the RDA?
I did not, because I've almost moved completely away from like my bigger ones to just that small one now.
Yeah.
Have you used the one that I gave you at all?
Oh, I used to use it heavily, but lately I've not really been using it that much.
It's almost a thing where you get busy and like you kind of forget that it's there, you know what I mean?
Well, it's like by the time I get home and get in my room, and I'm just ready to go to sleep. You know
I honestly have not played another game of Fortnite in a minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and start one while we're talking. But no, I
Say that
definitely.
again.
I said I have not started another game of Fortnite this whole time that we've been talking, so I was like, well, let's start another game real quick so they at least have something to watch while we're talking.
Yeah, I'm not played either. We're gonna end up like, what's his name? Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
You ever seen him? He just
yeah.
like talks to people for like 2 hours.
Is that for his podcast?
Yeah, the JRE, Joe Rogan Experience.
Speaking of which, I wanted to ask you, and this is kind of spoiler alert to the people who are watching my live stream right now. You guys are getting kind of an insight to this because I think 2 hours in, nobody's going to be watching this like regularly on YouTube, right? This is only for the people that's actually here live. I'm starting a
This is for
podcast.
the real OGs.
Yeah, the real OGs. I'm actually starting a podcast. And
Really?
yeah, so for the first year of my podcast, it's basically a solo podcast, but once a month I'm bringing on a guest, right?
Right.
So I've already asked, you obviously know Austin. You remember Austin, right?
Yeah, man. I need to talk to him, man. Because I've got him on Snapchat, but I never talked to him.
I know.
I like see how he's making music and stuff.
Dude, he's out there doing big things now, and he's my first podcast guest, so I'm super excited to kind of like dive in to like talk to him about like how that whole thing started, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe you can talk about doing some backyard wrestling too.
Oh my gosh, yes, we're bringing that up. I remember that like it was yesterday. I will bring it up with him definitely. Long story short, there's only 2 months that have been taking right now, and since you're my best friend, I definitely want you to be on it too. So I know that you don't know because of your schedule or whatnot, but we'll figure out a month for you to be on it too.
I'll do it for sure.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's no big deal. Like, I plan on when I have guests on, my podcast is kind of already about just anything that I want to talk about. Like, I'll pick like 3 topics to talk about, but when I have a guest on, it's kind of going to be more like how me and you have been like with this live stream, like kind of more of like I kind of want to interview a little bit and then we can just talk about whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I definitely wanted to get both you and Austin on it because I think I want there to be a time where me, you, and Austin are on it all together at the same time.
Oh, you know what? I remember this vividly. The night where we were at the farmhouse that my mom had, and I was my birthday party, and we had a big old bag of Doritos. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I know what you're about to say. Are you talking about the wraps?
Yes, Austin. That was one of the funniest nights of my life. It was so
Dude,
fun.
Cody was there, Seth was there, dude. We had like the whole crew there.
That was awesome, man.
That was great. That was great. I still wish
We need to get everybody together again sometime.
We do, honestly. We do. I'm gonna take that upon me and you. Like, we need to figure that out. We need to have, like how they got like high school reunions and stuff. We need to have like a friend reunion.
I don't know. I mean, we need to get. I mean, I talk to Cody every once in a while, but I don't talk to Austin or Seth hardly at all anymore.
I talked to Austin about how I should like rebrand my YouTube channel or something like that, and then I asked him if he wants to be on the podcast and stuff. I actually need to talk to him because we need to talk about like when we're gonna get together for next month and stuff. But
oh, do you want to see my new base I got?
Oh, of course I want to see it.
Alright. I got a mess in my room because I don't have enough room in here for storage, but...
Oh, another thing that I didn't show you that Fortnite added was pets.
Really?
Do you know, okay, you probably don't, but in Fortnite you can like have like backpacks, they call them back blings, right?
Yeah.
And they introduced last season pets. So like you can have a dog on your back, a lizard on your back, a hamster on your back. There's like a little like gingerbread man that like can go on your back. And what's really cool about it is like they're not like backpacks, like they actually like move around, like they're alive with you in the game.
That's awesome.
And they like react with you. So like if you jump, they look like that they're like coming out of your bag. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
Or like if you like zoom in, like the dog makes like a little like growling face.
Oh, really?
It's really like honestly what they've done with this game is amazing. I think the big thing that keeps me coming to this versus like Black Ops 4 is the fact of how often they update this game. Because you got to think.
Yeah, it's crazy though. Like for a free game.
Yeah, you got to think like Call of Duty. Like yes, Black Ops 4 is like their main focus right now. But you also know that all the developers, even Treyarch, who this game is, they're working on their next game. You know what I mean?
Right.
This game is already released. So, yeah, they're working on DLC or whatever, but they're also working to improve for the next game. Where Fortnite,
Right.
this is their bread and butter. This is it.
Mhm.
So they update the same game over and over and over. And if you don't want to spend money on it, you don't have to. Like, I love that. I love that I don't have to go out and spend like $60 on like Fortnite 2. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I wish that Call of Duty, like, I wish that Black Ops and like Treyarch would just be like, okay, here's our game. This is it. We're just going to constantly update this game and that's it.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it is anyway. With most like Call of Duty, it's pretty much just updated.
And what's funny is like me and you have talked about like how like Call of Duty is not near as good as what it used to be, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, every new Call of Duty used to be like something way different.
Mhm.
Nowadays, it's just like they added that you could use a jetpack or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
it's
that's what's nice about Black Ops 4 is they stopped doing that. They took after more of World War II than they did of like the future Call of Duties, which I really like. But one thing that I've decided to do is because me and you have always talked about it, Treyarch makes the best Call of Duty games, right? Like the whole Black Ops series was like probably like the best series other than Modern Warfare, because Modern Warfare was really good.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
for sure. I think Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite out of all of them.
But unless because rumor has it, the next Call of Duty that comes out this year could be Modern Warfare 4.
Really?
If
I
it's
might have to buy
not,
that because I haven't played all the Modern Warfare.
I know. That's how I feel about Black Ops. If it's not Modern Warfare 4, from now on, I'm only gonna buy a Call of Duty game like every 3 years for when Treyarch makes theirs,
Yeah.
because ever since Infinity Ward, who makes the Modern Warfare series and stuff like that, ever since they've branched off past that, it's not been that good. And then
Yeah.
Sledgehammer got into it with Advanced Warfare and World War II. World War II's campaign was so good, but I think multiplayer was kind of a flop.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know, I enjoyed it for a while. And then
I did too.
started,
But wait,
well, actually,
what
I think I started out on Battlefield, and that's what kind of ruined it for me because it's like, it's similar, but I think I enjoyed Battlefield better than that Call of Duty.
what I
It was like the
absolutely
same type thing.
yeah, what I absolutely hated about World War II is I felt like at launch with the game, when the game first launched, if you didn't get like the season pass or didn't buy the DLC, like I can tell you right now, I didn't buy any of the DLC for World War II, is there wasn't a lot of multiplayer maps at launch.
Right.
Like if you were playing it, you played the same maps over and over and over and over because there was only like 6 or 7 maps at launch, right?
Right.
So, and I think that made me get really bored of the map bored of the game where Call of Duty or where Activision and Treyarch literally like had like their 10 maps at launch, and then they launched like remake maps like Nuketown, Firing Range, and like some like the fan favorite maps. So like they launched the game with like 20 maps on it.
You know what my problem with Call of Duty is? They're spitting out a game like every single year, which means that they don't have as much time to spend on the games. to
and
make it better.
I fully understand where you're coming from in that it's because they have 3 different developers for it. If they would just stick to 1 or 2, it'd be better. I think if Infinity Ward is not making their Modern Warfare series, they're terrible.
Yeah.
Ghost, I love the campaign of it. Multiplayer was bad. I can't even think of like the other one. What was the one before World War II? Do you even remember? Oh, it was Infinite Warfare.
Oh,
That's why
Infinite,
that's
yeah.
why I forget it, because it sucked. It flopped. It literally flopped.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
I don't. Did
Sledgehammer.
I get that one? I'm trying
You
to look.
probably
I haven't got
didn't.
my games right here.
I don't even think you
I don't think
did.
I even got that one.
The only reason why I got it was because at the time, it was the only way that you could get Modern Warfare 4 remastered. Or
Right.
Modern Warfare, whatever, the original Modern Warfare remastered. That was the first Call of Duty I ever played, so I was like, of course I want to get that, right?
Hmm.
Ironically, though, when World War II came out, when Infinite Warfare came out, the game that I kept find myself playing more was the
Sorry.
1-year-old, 2-year-old Black Ops 3.
Right. Yeah, that's the same for me.
So that's why I told myself, unless it's like the next addition to like the Modern Warfare games, I've decided that the only Call of Duty game that I'll ever buy is when Treyarch makes it every 3 years.
Dude, I gotta pee again.
I know I'm almost to that point again, and I'm in the top 14 right now. Whoop whoop! I haven't even done jack crap this game.
I'll be right back.
All right. What's up, stream? How y'all doing? Top 9 situation right now. It is so hard to focus, honestly. It really is. It is extremely hard to focus.
I am back.
What is up? What is up? What is up?
Had to grab a glass of water while I was up there.
Are you still drinking your little wine thing?
Yeah, I've polished 3 bottles of beer and about half that little wine thing. It's not as
Nice.
little as I thought it was, actually. It's like trying to find.
I do.
It is.
I do think, and I feel like I have the right to tell you this just because you're my best friend. You know.
Mhm.
I feel like that you're a little bit more of a lighter weight with drinking than me.
Say that again.
I said I feel like you're more of a lighter weight to drinking than me.
I agree. I'll agree with that. I don't do it as much.
I mean, I don't want to say that I do it a lot. The only reason why I'm doing it as much as I am right now is because school's about to start again.
Yeah.
And I know,
Get
like,
it
once
out.
school starts, it's like, well, I gotta focus on school. I can't do this. You know what I mean?
Right, you gotta get your homework done and your tests and everything.
Right? No joke. For photography last semester, I had a night once where I was in the dark room until 3. I didn't get home until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Daggone.
Yeah. Because I needed to edit pictures or whatever, right? So I literally didn't get home until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Dude, I bet the, like, finishing touches of photography, like getting everything, like, right how you want it, that probably takes a while.
Are you saying like in the editing process or like when you're actually taking the picture?
No, like when you, after you've taken the picture, when you go back and on your computer, download everything back on your computer and, like, tweak it to look how you want it to look.
So like the editing?
Right.
It depends on the picture. I can tell you now that my pictures that I've taken this past semester when I did digital camera and like we edited on the computers and stuff like that, some of them took more than others, but some of them weren't really that bad either. Like there were some that I looked at and I needed to change like 2 things and that was it. And like the 2 things took like 2 seconds to do.
Yeah.
So it kind of just depends on the environment that you take the picture and how you envision the picture to look. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can edit, like with the software that we have, you can literally, like, if there's a person in the picture, you can take the person out completely if you want to.
I wish I knew how to do all that.
That's why I'm like really happy that I took that photography class, because it taught me all that.
That is pretty sweet. I mean, seriously, someday I hope I can do that.
Dude, I'm not even bullcrapping you right now. I'm in a top 5 situation.
Are you serious?
I've not done anything and I have to pee so bad. Dude, this sucks.
Well, maybe you can find a good hiding spot and you can go pee real quick.
I literally have... Okay, so do you remember how Fortnite, like, the different levels of weapons, like, gold is the best and gray is the worst?
Right.
I have a gray AR and a green shotgun, which is not much better than the gray.
Right.
I have got 2 god-awful guns, but I've not come across anybody, and I'm in the top 5.
Well, you better hope whoever you come across don't have, like, a gold gun or something.
Dude, they're going to. When you get down to this point... Oh, somebody's coming over here.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I think they came over here. I don't know. I hear people flying around like crazy because the circle is so small. Oh, I see somebody out there, but I don't want to shoot. I don't want to shoot anybody because I don't want to give away where I'm at. Oh my gosh, this is nerve-wracking. It's like
With that kind of ammunition.
it's like I know I'm not gonna win. It's just like I gotta pee and I want to win and I want to get the best finish that I can get. Because I know this will be the best finish of the night. Whatever it ends up being, this is the best game of the night.
I'm gonna get me a bath
A bath.
on Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
I started playing again. I've been sitting on the pause menu for like an hour.
Are you playing like the story mode again?
Yeah, I went back on to story mode.
Oh my god, I gotta pee so bad. This sucks. Oh my god. Everybody just die and let me win so I can go pee.
I think I'm gonna finish this wine and I'll be done for the night.
I think I'm just gonna die on purpose so I can go pee. Come on. Let me in. Let me in. Okay, I died. I finished 5th. Okay.
Well, it's better than the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be right back.
Alright. If any of you guys ever played Red Dead Redemption, I gotta say it's one of my favorite games of the year. I mean, the realism of it's incredible, and the story is really, really, really good, in my opinion. It's probably one of the best games I've played in a while, and I remember the old Red Dead Redemption. I think that used to be one of my favorite games too, of the time. I mean, even the little stuff is like shown in this game. We have to take a bath even. Like
Hello.
people will comment. I was just talking about this game. Like even the little tiny stuff they pay attention to. Like if you haven't taken a bath in like a couple of days, you walk by somebody and they'll comment on like how you smell bad and you got dirt all over you.
Dude, I'm telling you. Well, once again, this goes back to us talking about how Call of Duty releases a game every year. Think about when the last Red Dead came out and how long it's been since then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they take their time on their games, and it actually shows quite well.
Or also, for the same example, this is Rockstar Games that makes the Red Dead series. Think about
Right.
it with Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a good game too.
Did you hear about how crazy the next Grand Theft Auto is supposed to be?
I didn't even hear that they were making a new one yet.
It's supposed to be an entire, like, United States. Well,
I
maybe
can
not.
see that
Maybe
that's
not like an
possible.
entire United States, but it's supposed to be different states instead of different cities.
Right. I mean,
Like-
I can see the size of this map that they have actually goes across like different states on Red Dead Redemption.
hmm
So I can see them making like actual whole states in the near future. I mean, they definitely took their time and made this game great. I can't say the same about the online because it's kind of after you start finishing the missions on there, there's only like 6 or 7 missions. You start getting bored.
But I will say, Rockstar Games, even with like Grand Theft Auto Online, they're really not known for their online play.
Right, that's true.
They're more known for like their story based, and I'd say that's the same with Far Cry. I don't even know off the top of my head who even makes. It's Ubisoft. Same
Right,
thing with
right.
them because they make Assassin's Creed and stuff. It's more about the initial story than the online play.
And I've got to say, the story on this game, I think I read that it was like around 60 hours of gameplay. This is one of the best stories in a game that I've seen. It is insane how you like want to cry after some of the scenes in this game.
Do you know what game, like everybody says, has the best story that I still have not played completely yet? I played like an hour into it of the 14 hours.
Last of Us?
Yes. And this year, in 2019, Last of Us 2 is supposed to come out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never finished the original one. I did
So,
play it, but I never finished it.
also, the other game that I never finished doing the series of was Uncharted, and I played the first two, and I love the first two games of it. I'm on
Yeah,
Uncharted
Uncharted is
3
really
right
cool.
now.
Another one of my favorites is Far Cry.
I think with Far Cry, I think they're doing, I don't know, I guess they've always been doing it with like, they have like their main game, like Far Cry 5, Far Cry 4, or something like that, right? And then they do the games like in between that like continue that story, but it's after it happened. Like how this new one's supposed to be, like with Far Cry 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's almost like I'd rather wish that they wouldn't do that and they would just take the year off and just keep updating Far Cry 5, and then all of a sudden, oh, here's Far Cry 6. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I wish most developers would just take their time on games. Like, you know, the ones that make multiple games. Like
I mean,
the
that's
big franchises.
why I told you I love Fortnite. Like, they focus on that game, and that's it. Like, there'll never be a Fortnite 2. You know what I mean? It's literally just Fortnite. If they ever make a Fortnite 2, I'm boycotting. So, I just finished my beer. And this is a serious question because this is going to depend on if I have another one or not.
Alright. Bud Light.
No, that's not got anything to do with it.
I seen the snap you just sent me.
Oh, okay. How much later do you think you're going to be on stream with me?
However late you want.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm not even tired. Well, if I was, I couldn't tell.
Alright. Well, then I'll go grab another one real quick.
Alright.
Mr. Entertainer, take over the stream for me.
God. I'm not good at this.
Go for it, bro. You got this. It's all you. I have faith in you. Go for it. You ready?
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. Be back.
Alright. I don't know what to talk about, guys. I mean, I really don't know. I guess we can talk about... We can talk more about this game. So I think... I can't even remember how long it's been since the last time they made one of these games. But they take their time on these things, and it definitely shows. I mean, the graphics are beautiful. I've not noticed like hardly any bugs in this game. I mean, you go play what's it called? They make Fallout and they make Skyrim. Every time they come out with a game, it's like buggy as crap. But this game, I've literally not even, I don't even recall the last time I seen a bug in this game. It's smooth. The only thing I can complain about in this game is their online, because you start playing and you finish the missions, there ain't really a lot to do after that. I mean, I guess you can go play the free roam missions, but they get redundant after a while. You end up playing the same type of mission over and over, and it's kind of hard to earn money. I feel like they could have, you know, Grand Theft Auto has a lot of different types of things you can do on there, on online, and you can do like the heist, you can do, I haven't played it in a long time, but what I remember, there was a lot to do. As long as, I mean, a lot of the time you were trying to stay away from people trying to kill you. They had a problem with griefing. But Red Dead Online, I haven't seemed to see that problem. I think it was because, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I guess because there's no really benefit of doing it on here. But other than that, there's really not a lot to do. I mean, the last time I played online was about a month ago, and it just came out, so I finished all the missions already. And other than that, there ain't much to do. You go hunting, you can go fishing, you can, I don't know, ain't much to do. What's up, Brian?
What is up? I'm back.
I probably bored your people there. Just talking about the online on here, on this Red Dead Redemption.
Honestly, I gotta admit, that works because we did mention it a little bit there. So,
Yeah. There ain't a lot to do when you're on that online.
I'm honestly sure there's probably not. I think, if I remember right, the only thing for Far Cry 5 is creative mode, isn't there? For their online?
Yeah, you can go through and play stuff like play levels that people created, but that's about it.
I was about to say, but other than that,
There ain't a whole lot.
that's just a perfect example, and I'd almost rather them focus on the story, leave the online to like Fortnite and Call of Duty and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I would have even been fine if it took a few months after the original game came out
Mm-hmm.
to like make the online a little bit more interesting, add a few more things to it. I mean, I feel like it would have been better that way. But, you know, they're the people that are in business, and I guess they know what they're doing.
Well, I'd hope they know what they're doing because they're making how much money on this stuff?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
but they have their strengths and their weaknesses, and I'm for sure that the story mode is their strength.
oh, definitely. I think it's kind of funny that Treyarch ditched story mode in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 completely.
Did they really?
Yeah, did you not know about that?
There was no story mode?
Mm-mm. The three things in Black Ops 4 are Blackout, which is Battle Royale, multiplayer, which is normal multiplayer, and zombies.
Really?
Your story
Sorry, I'll
mode...
be honest.
No, you're fine. Your story mode for the game is basically... Zombies basically took over the story mode, because Zombies has always had, like, a story to it, so...
Did you finish that?
I mean, the thing with Zombies is you have to complete the Easter egg to, like, kind of, like, know the story. I'm more like the person that's like, okay, you complete the Easter egg and I'll watch the video on YouTube.
Yeah, that's how I am about it. I'm the same exact way.
And I'm like, I'll get the same story. I was gonna try to do one of them, and I was like, you know what, that's a lot of time to put into. Let's just play some Fortnite.
Sorry. Yeah.
You're not gonna
I
throw
agree.
up on us, are you?
No, I just had some burps.
Oh, dang it, I got on a zip line. No, don't kill me. Okay, good. I thought I was about to kill myself again. Oh my gosh, you would. I died.
Man, these people in this game are crazy.
So, I have a proposition for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know the day that I'm doing it, but I think you need to make an appearance on that stream that I've been telling you about.
24-hour one?
Yes.
I'd do it.
I think since I'm doing it for so long, because me and you right now, being on the stream, I kind of forget when I even started it.
Yeah.
My
I mean,
thing
you can-
on YouTube, it says 2 hours ago, but like it doesn't give me like the exact time that I started. I'm sure we're probably close to 3 hours, if I'm being honest.
Well, and remember we started over.
Yeah, that's true too. So, just those 3 hours feel like they went by like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm also like, I want to do it because I think it'd be fun for people to like hear like me and you talk about like stuff like how we have been in this stream. But I also think it'll make time go by faster for me.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to try to do the whole thing by yourself.
Yeah, that gives me like a second to like stop and like think about what I want to say. It's cool though. We need to talk about what games each other have and like do a stream like where we're gaming together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know, I was thinking about this. You said you want to start like a YouTube channel and stuff.
Mhm.
You could easily do like a vlog like slash gaming channel if you wanted to and do live streams because like with the PlayStation it's so easy to live stream.
Yeah, it is.
Like I mean that's exactly what I'm streaming on right now is on PlayStation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they like make it so easy to do.
It's
You
like
can
if
do
you
Twitch or you can do YouTube.
that's what I'm saying and if like you wanted to do that like it'd be so easy for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course, if you wanted to do that, like, we could totally collab together, and I could send some of my subscribers your way, or at least try to.
Yeah, and if I get any, then I can send them your way.
I mean, if you start uploading, you will.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably take a while, but we'll get it.
It's not as easy as it used to be.
Oh, I'm sure it's not with how many people there are doing it.
Oh, I know. Gaming is almost gaming and vlogging, the two things that you really want to do, the two things that I really like to do, is a very like oversaturated market on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to grow from that, but you can do it.
Just gotta keep working at it and give them what they want.
And that's the big thing that I got to keep telling myself is keep working at it, keep continuing it. That's why when you hit these like milestones like 100, it like kind of reminds you of it. And with me doing like G Fuel videos and stuff, I see people commenting on every video, people liking every video, so it's like I found my niche, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you got to find like the niche that'll help you grow and then branch off that. Like I thought like gaming was going to help me grow. It ended up being me doing these G Fuel videos that's helped me grow, but I can like branch off that and be like, oh well, I'm live streaming Fortnite, come talk to me, you know what I mean?
Right, and then say like, I'm gonna be using G Fuel to help me through this live stream.
Exactly. I mean, like, I have like a segment at the start of every live stream where I'm like, here's the shaker cup of the day, because I have about like 10 shaker cups or something like that. So I'm like, here's the shaker cup I'm using, here's the flavor of the day that I'm using.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought about, just for the fun of it, trying to find a way to, because YouTube made it so easy to live stream just from YouTube. Now, if you have a laptop or a phone, you can basically do it as easy as you could like Instagram or Facebook now. So I try to find a way, or I'm trying to find a way to do like a live stream incorporating G Fuel and call it like G Fuel live stream or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it'd just be awesome if they would help you out and send you some free stuff.
I mean, once you get to a certain amount of subscribers, they do. A certain amount of views, you can fill out. I'm gonna actually go to it real quick. You can fill out a application on their website to become like a sponsor, like for them to become a sponsor of your channel.
Yeah.
But it like you have to have like a certain amount of views for them to actually like consider it you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean it makes sense. You can okay. Whew. What's up, what's up, what's up?
I'm back from the restroom. I probably got about 30 more minutes in me, I'd say.
That's perfect, because I'd probably say the same. No matter what, whatever we're at now is going to be my longest stream that I've ever had, because we just broke 3 hours.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So that's good. It's like training for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as I was saying, you can go on their website and say you want to be like a YouTube, like get a YouTube sponsorship, or you can also do a photography sponsorship too. But
Right.
yeah,
Well, that'd be nice if you could get that.
that's true.
I mean, you drink it anyway.
Drink it anyway. I mean, it's turned into like
Get some free
the
stuff.
main. It's turned into the main focus on my channel now. You know.
Yeah. I mean, like, you do some advertising for them, you get some free stuff, it's a win-win.
I mean, like I said, that is my channel now, pretty much, and then occasionally gaming. It turned into Arham and Games to like Arham and G Fuel.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that's what people want to see, I'm gonna keep doing it. You know.
Right.
That's
what you
why
gotta
that's why when you see all those tubs that I have, like of G Fuel, it's like, well, that's what people want to see, so I'm gonna keep buying it, you know.
Yep. People keep looking that up, so.
And it's like I keep buying like the like whenever a new flavor comes out, I'll buy like a whole tub of it. Like you can buy packets and stuff like that, but when a new flavor comes out, all you can get is like a tub of it, and a tub is like $36 or something like that, right? But I'm like, if it's gonna help my channel grow, and like who knows, I might try this and it's like my favorite flavor of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, of course I'm gonna get it. Like, and then because I have tubs that I've tried that I know I'll never order again, it's just like, okay, I'll finish this tub and never order it again.
Right.
So, but I'd say my two most like viewed topics on my channel are top 5 with G Fuel, where I like name my top 5 favorite flavors, obviously. And anytime I do like a new flavor taste test is pretty popular too.
Well, I'm glad that that's helping with it. With, I'm sorry. I'm glad that's helping with your viewers.
So I gotta ask you, what do you think of my country music playlist?
I like it, man.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Listen to it every once in a while, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ever since I went to Nashville, it's broke out the country boy in me.
You used to listen to country a lot.
Well, I'm always on and off of country. For some reason, I listen to country more in the summer than I do in the winter.
Really?
And I think it's just because I think about like rolling the windows down, nice summer day, listening to country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that sounds like a
It
pretty good
relaxes
summer.
you. It's nice.
Mhm.
I like it.
I keep adding to my playlist. I think my playlist just hit like 17 hours or something like that.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think my longest playlist, I'd have to look, but I think it's like 300 something songs.
Isn't it that like drive playlist that you made?
Yeah, 301 songs.
My biggest playlist
another
is
Go ahead.
my biggest playlist is my rock alternative playlist, which is 321 songs.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that night drive is. It's almost all alternative rock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever listen to that playlist or not.
I actually have it on my phone. I listen to it every now and then.
Oh, really?
I've just been so into country lately. That's almost all I listen to.
Yeah, I go between. Well, my oldest playlist is the Night Drive, and then the second oldest after that is Woodstock era. And I go between those a lot. Other than that, I listen to like newer country and folk.
You're gonna laugh at me when I tell you this, but as of late, do you know what I've been listening to a lot, or whose music I've been listening to a lot?
Who?
Marshmello.
Oh, really?
Because that song that he did, the Happier song,
Yeah.
I really like that song. So like from that point on, I was like, well, maybe he's got like some other music that I'd like. And I love that with like music. Like you listen to a song that you like, you find an artist, and you're like, okay, what else do they have? You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of like us with Black Bear. Like I didn't know who Black Bear was. I started listening to his stuff, and I'm like, oh crap, like this is good.
Yeah, I like them.
Mm-hmm.
I still listen to them every once in a while.
I do too. I don't as much as I did, but have you listened to 21 Pilots' new album yet?
I don't think I have.
You haven't listened to
I might have
Trench
heard a
yet?
song off of it. You probably showed me something off of it.
I probably did. It was pretty good. The first time I heard it, it was kind of like Fall Out Boy's album that came out this year. When I first heard it, I was like, eh, and then it grew on me. But I told my parents this. Do you want to know something that's extremely crazy about me and music last year?
What?
4 of my favorite bands came out with new albums last year.
Really?
Fall Out Boy, 21 Pilots, Panic at the Disco, and AWOL Nation all came out with new albums last year.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of good music for it.
And then you add on top of it, I discovered Luke Combs and Kane Brown, and dude, I'm going now. I'm going places. Also, somebody that my parents introduced me to, which is a country singer that I'd never heard about, is Chris Janson.
Oh, I love Chris Janson.
He's got some good music, bro. Dude, my country playlist is so long.
Was Chris Janson the one that sang "It'll Buy Me a Boat"?
Yeah, like Buy Me a Boat, or I think it's called Buy Me a Boat.
Yeah.
He sang that. He sang Positive Drinking, White Trash, Drunk Girl. Drunk Girl is really good.
Yeah, I think my favorite's still "Buy Me a Boat."
My favorite's White Trash. I like White
I
Trash.
don't know if I've heard it.
It's in my playlist. If you ever want to hear it, just find it somewhere in there. Somewhere among the like 200 something songs that are in it. But they actually saw Chris Janson with Blake Shelton when the concert that they went to. They're actually going to see Blake Shelton next month.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're going to Pittsburgh again to see him.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Freak, I told them I want to go see him again after the concert that me and you went to with him. He's awesome in concert.
You remember when we went and seen Lady Antebellum, but
And it got rained out? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, that's somebody who I've really grown to liking country music too, is Darius Rucker.
I know.
But it's like back then, like, he was just starting to get into country, and it's like, whatever, you know what I mean? And now it's like...
I liked him pretty well back then.
But now it's like, oh crap, like, Darius Rucker's so good.
Yeah. I can't remember any songs of his coming out this year.
He had, like, a whole album come out this year, I think, didn't he? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up, because I just died. It's a perfect timing to look it up. Somebody that my dad really likes as of late is Jason Aldean.
Yeah, I like him too.
They saw him. They went to the Bahamas last year. I think I told you about that, didn't I?
I don't know if you did or not.
They went to the Bahamas last year to celebrate their 25th wedding anniversary. And Jason Aldean was there and did a free concert on the beach.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they got to see Jason Aldean. And I think it was Jason Aldean and Drew Lynch, maybe.
I don't know if I heard of him.
Darius Rucker's last album to come out was 2017.
Alright.
It's called, When Was the Last Time? Which that album has got some really good songs on it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs off that album on my playlist. I wish Spotify would tell you how many songs you have in your playlist. They do. You gotta go into like add a new song to the playlist for it to show you.
It shows me.
I'll just add another Luke Combs song in there, because, you know, who doesn't like Luke Combs?
If you go to playlists on my phone, it shows you how many.
I have 287.
I about got hit by a train.
Do you follow Luke Combs on Instagram by chance?
I do not.
Well, currently right now on Instagram, he is giving insight to his next album.
Oh, really?
Like, he's in this recording studio recording the new album right now.
That's
And
awesome.
he posted lyrics yesterday to one of the songs. He posted like a little sneak peek of him like singing one of the songs. When he hit 1 million Instagram followers, he did an acoustic version of one of the songs. It's pretty amazing.
Dude.
What?
You can rob trains in this game.
That reminds me of, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's a Rockstar that makes the same game, but it reminds me of freaking San Andreas.
Yeah.
It's one thing I always used to do all the time in San Andreas is go steal a train. Do you want to know what? Do you want to know what I still wonder to this day? Whatever happened to?
What?
Whatever happened to SingStar?
I was just talking about that earlier.
Were you really?
Yeah. When European. European.
Dude, seriously though, whatever happened to them? Like, they crashed and burned, didn't they?
Yeah.
That, and I would say whatever happened to Rock Band, but Rock Band, it was either last year or the year before it came out with Rock Band 4, so it's like they're still around.
Yeah.
And ever since Rock Band came out, Guitar Hero's kind of crashed and burned, but I bought the newest Guitar Hero game because it was kind of fun, because it was like live, like concerts, you know what I mean?
Right.
You played the new Guitar Hero with me, didn't you?
I think I might have.
I think you did, and you're like, this sucks, let's stop. Because it was a little bit harder, because you had like up notes and down notes, and...
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, it was kind of hard.
Those games used to be like SingStar, Rock Band, and Guitar Hero used to be our stuff growing up.
Dude, we played those all the time.
I remember your birthday, the first time I ever stayed the night at your house. Me and like 2 other people, I don't know who it was, we stayed up literally all night, like didn't even go to bed, playing your Guitar Hero game that you got for your birthday.
It was fun.
I remember we literally like finished the game for you and you were asleep.
We were like knocking each other out that night.
Dude,
with, like, pillows and stuff.
I just told my parents about like how like Graham like knocked somebody out at your party.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
That was
No, that was
Carson.
Dustin. There was a guy I went to school with at Northmont. His name was Dustin, I think.
Well, Graham didn't knock him out. Graham knocked out Carson.
Yeah.
But nah, dude, that was a good night.
It was awesome.
It was a really fun night. We've got, honestly, we have like a crap ton of memories together.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories still to talk about to this day is our stuff getting stolen in Myrtle Beach. It's like a crazy story that like may never happen again to me and you, but like it happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's almost like one of those like once in a lifetime things. I know, that was wild. That was wild. I think we might have to dabble into that a little bit in our podcast session together. Since me and you lived through it, you know?
Yeah. It was a fun time, though.
It was. Then the next year I got an ear infection. My gosh. I literally, no joke, was just watching the ear infection trip, like the 2015 Myrtle Beach trip. I was just watching the vlogs from that today.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, like, that's the whole reason why I even started vlogging, was just to be able to look back on it and be like, it's there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I fully regret not vlogging my 21st birthday, not vlogging Nashville, not vlogging this past Myrtle Beach trip, just because I'm like, man, I can't go to video to look back on that. All I got is like my own memories, you know?
Right.
Which isn't a bad thing, but like, just being able to be like, hey, I got this memory, but look, I got it on video, so here you go, you can watch it too, you know?
Right.
That's why I started vlogging. Dude, I think literally probably you could cut out an hour of the stream just of like me sitting in the lobby and talking. But do you remember...
Yeah, I'm robbing a train right now, though, so that's pretty cool.
But do you remember back when me... I know, right? Do you remember back when me, you, Ash, and King used to play zombies together?
Yeah.
Do you remember we used to play a match and it would be like half an hour to like 45 minutes long per match, and we'd sit in like the lobby for like 15 minutes afterwards?
Yeah, I remember
just like
that.
sitting there talking with each other, like just like, wow, I can't believe that just happened. Yeah, I can't believe you died and screwed us up.
That was usually me. Dying.
Dude, we had some great times. I still wonder to this day what those two are doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if either of them are playing on the PS3. If I ever get on my PS3 and I see them playing, I'm sending them a message being like, dude, what's up?
That'd be awesome.
What if they were like, here's my PS4, let's all talk together, and like we literally all got in like a little reunion like chat. Dude, that would be beautiful.
That'd be so awesome.
I would cry. I would cry. I would cry. It would be so beautiful.
I kinda miss that.
I miss those nights sitting on the couch playing Black Ops 1 Zombies with you guys, because that was a blast.
That was probably one of the best memories I've had playing Black Ops.
That's honestly probably one of my best like video game memories in general.
Yeah, for sure.
And I remember, if it wasn't for me being on headset, like talking, like with a mic one night randomly on Call of Duty, I would have never met Ash, which means I would have never met King, and we would have never had those memories.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like one little thing like changes a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is crazy. You can drive a train on this game.
Can you really?
Yeah. Like, I just stole this train. I hope I don't die though, because I don't have a horse or anything around here.
Dude, do you know what one of my friends got me for Christmas?
What?
A bottle of honey Jack Daniels.
You know what I just tried?
What?
Apple Jack Daniels. Or no, it's apple Jim Beam.
You know what's funny? It's funny you say that because when we were in Myrtle Beach, we bought 3, like, you know, like that little bottle of wine that you just had?
Yeah.
We bought 3
Very
little
funny.
bottles of Jim Beam like that. We bought the original, we bought honey, and we bought apple. And I haven't tried it yet.
Good.
I did.
Tried it yet?
I tried Apple Crown, and Apple Crown was pretty good. I'll say that. Do you know what other Crown Royal is really good? The vanilla Crown Royal is really good.
I've never had that. I like the apple one though.
You know, like how I've
I
always
have
been.
had that, actually.
I've always been into like cherry Coke and vanilla Coke and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One thing that you should try sometime, mix Jack Daniels or I guess Jim Beam. I mean, they're kind of close. Bourbon and whiskey are very close, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, try one of those mixed with vanilla Coke.
Oh, that sounds good.
It is very good, but do not ever try one of those mixed with cherry Coke because it tastes like cough syrup.
Yeah. I don't
Literally.
like cherry Coke.
I tried it when I was in Myrtle because somebody said, try Jack Daniels mixed with cherry Coke. It's like really good. And I tried it. I'm like, I feel like I'm drinking cough medicine.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
But vanilla Coke with those mixed, it'll change your life.
I have to try it sometime.
Oh, it's good. You need to come over sometime now that we're 21 and we need to have a drinking session together.
I know.
I mean, freak, we got
It's
a spare
crazy that
bedroom.
would
My
happen.
gosh. we need to figure out a time that we can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we could probably do that the night that we record the podcast, you know? Honestly, we can figure out a time that you're free and record the podcast ahead of time, and I can upload it on, like, any month, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be, like, the same month that, like, it's recorded. Obviously.
Right, it can be any time. I'm getting tired, man.
I know. I finished my beer, and I'm literally just sitting here in this lobby talking to you. I don't even know if
Yeah,
I can
just
play another
played
game, like...
Red Dead.
Like, if I hit play again, like, I feel like I'm just gonna die right away. Funny story before you go. What'd you say?
Say it again.
Okay, so, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, funny story before you go. I was playing Blackout. One of the first nights that I, like, was drinking and playing video games.
Yeah.
And I remember the moment that I knew I needed to stop playing, because I was standing in a field in Blackout. Like, think about it if this was Fortnite, okay? I was standing in the middle of a field, not even moving, and I look up, and I was like in the top 15 and nobody killed me. And I was like, what the heck? And like at that moment I was like, okay, I need to stop playing. I was like, there's no way that I should just be standing in a field right now. You know what I mean? So I was like, yep. That was the wake up call to be like, Ryan, get off the games.
So back to Fortnite.
No, I got off of games completely after that. I think it was because I literally was in the middle of a field, like, then I started getting on Instagram and like scrolling through my phone instead of playing.
Yeah,
And I was like, well,
I do
okay.
that all the time.
I was like, well, I'm in the middle of a game, but this Instagram post that I'm looking at's more important.
Right.
So, but oh well.
Well, dude, it looks like it's time to end this stream.
Yeah, I was about to say that. So, thank you, Luke, for joining me on the stream tonight. It made this stream, I think, 10 times better. I'm definitely going to leave this one uploaded on the channel. I don't care how long it is. I don't even care if anybody watches it after this. I just, for memories, this has got to stay up on the channel.
Yeah.
So, seriously, thank you for joining me.
No problem.
I hope that you get to join me again on another stream in the future.
Oh, I probably will.
Definitely, definitely. Don't go anywhere though, because we'll say goodbye like with each other after the stream. After the stream has ended, so give me a second to end the stream, and then we can say goodbye to each other.
All right.
All right. So, thank you guys for watching the stream. I know it was a really long stream, but I'm very happy that you guys got to see a little bit inside of my life with me and Luke's friendship. Best friend right there. He's like a brother to me. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe, leave a like button down below, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out. Luke, you want to say bye to the viewers before I end it?
Just adios.
Adios.